how you doing?
I was going to say hello. That's what I was going to say.
Sorry, I ruined it for everyone.
Who thought it? Who would have thought it?
Who would have thought that wearing a hat on this hot day?
What are you doing?
It would have been a crazy idea.
I'm just looking at this. You're just going to have a red band.
Yes, across my ass. Face.
Arse face.
Face, yes. I was going to throw it at you later, see if you don't.
Oh, I see. I see now why you're doing it, because this week on Cocktails and Bullshit, it's a James Bond theme. Now I understand why I've done it. I'm Alex Borton. This is Captain Brilliant.
Hello.
Here we are once again to, cheers.
Cheers. We can actually do this in person.
I know, the last few weeks we've been doing it from various other places. We did it in the back garden, but mainly we've done it in separate locations.
Yes, we did it in the back garden.
Yes.
For your eyes up.
Was that COVID touch?
Yeah, it was, yes.
Thanks very much.
I was just making sure that you were a metre away.
And I wasn't. I guess you touched me.
But it's all good.
It's fine. Yeah, no, it's good. I'm going to wash my mouth out with this gin.
It is pure alcohol, so
I'm fine.
It'll good.
That's the thing about cocktails. This is, by the way, this is not a guarantee, but cocktails will definitely stop you from catching COVID because it's alcohol. And that's not a guarantee, and I'm not a doctor. It wasn't science, but it is true.
I told you that my friend Simon sent me this fucking email that said, if you drink lots of hot drinks, you will not get COVID because it can't survive at 60 degrees.
Can't stand the heat, get out of the kitchen.
Get 60 degrees Celsius, it dies. And he said, that's a fact. Because he came in and told me, that's a fact.
You can take it to the bank.
And somebody said, so all we've got to do is heat our entire body up to 60 degrees Celsius. He's like, yeah, and the COVID will die. Yep. And so will we. Because you're fucked.
That's like the episode of Futurama. It's like, we'll raise the core temperature of your planet by 5 million degrees every day for 3 days.
It's good stuff. Right.
So it's James Bond.
It is.
You love James Bond.
I do love James Bond. You love James Bond. We both love James Bond. We did a little James Bond video.
I love it less now than I used to.
Well, after we did that film the other day.
No, that was actually Then it went. It's basically currently at an all-time high.
An all-time
high. But I don't know. Less about the Daniel Craig, more about the Roger Moore. I'm more of a Roger Moore kind of guy. But Roger Moore was like 60 years old when he was doing that. Do you know how stupid that is, right?
Well, when he started,
I'm pretty sure
not like
no, he's quite old.
Look at that down.
Maybe fine, 50. I'll go to 50. But basically, he was getting together with women much younger than him in those, and he's like, "Well, check this out, blah blah blah." And I'm like,
the new film, what are we gonna do? You're gonna go to Jamaica. You're gonna go to bed with a 20-year-old girl. Are you all right with this, Roger? I think you're ring-a-ding-ding. So that's that. I'm having a lovely bottle of Quack, which is one of the Belgian beers you brought back for me.
From Belgium.
Yeah,
I got it from the source.
Awesome. I'm loving it.
You poured that well earlier.
I know.
That's a tricky one to pour.
It is, and as we said in the little pre-show amble thing that we did, there is a trick to it, and you also have to give your shoe and/or your bra to the man behind the bar, otherwise he won't let you keep the glasses because they're expensive.
People steal those glasses. I don't know if you know this, but especially in Belgium, people steal those glasses. I've got loads of these glasses at home. People say, "Oh, did you steal it?" And I'm like, "No, I bought it.
I bought it, you fuck, with my money."
Because I'm not a thief.
Money can be exchanged for goods and services, and that's why you go to work.
Yes.
Dick.
So I've got a couple of those. They're lovely. But but I'm on the gin and tonic.
Indeed.
Neither of these drinks, I think, were ones that Bond himself had. I don't remember Bond ever drinking a Quack.
Actually, in Bond Goes to Belgium, he was drank loads of these.
Oh, yeah.
So
the director's cut, that.
Bond goes to
Another
Belgium.
Quack, please.
Bond, you're fucked. Fire off. It's all good stuff.
Oh,
Cool. Do you know what? We've been chatting now for a good 5 minutes. We haven't made a cocktail. Let's make a cocktail.
Okay, shall I get out of your way because you want to do this?
Would you like to come past me, so to speak? And
yes,
I will come to this end. I'm sure producer Jeremy would very kindly throw the cocktail cam up for me. That would be good. Thank you.
He's nodding the universal symbol for yes, I've done that.
I know, but I was failing to use my universal eyes.
I've done that.
So off the top of my head, I will
I would have put it in your book if I didn't know you were going to do that.
Well, you said give me a
I was trying to be surreptitious about it.
I'm not trying to be surreptitious. Do you know what I'm going to make? This one is neither in the films or the books, but he's kind of inspired by it.
I love this. Right off the bat, we said we're filming something which is to do with the things which are either in the books or the film, and you're like, this was in neither. This could have been in Noddy Goes to Toyland, for all I can't give you. This was in the Bronte. This was in Jane Eyre. What the fuck? Why did we even bother doing a James Bond theme if this has nothing to do with it?
want to knock me down, don't you? You don't want me to succeed. You want me to knock me down and bring me down to the muck.
I feel bad about that, you're right. So why did you feel this would be appropriate?
This one, I was looking at the different types of bitters. We'd ordered 2 different types of bitters for this week, and they haven't arrived.
And neither of them came.
And son of a bitch.
It makes me feel somewhat disconsolate.
But one did arrive, and this is Bogart's Bitters, which is this one here. And one of their cocktails that they suggest on their website, funnily enough, is the Japanese cocktail, so named.
Man.
I know, right?
I couldn't think of just a Japanese city that might be.
And I kind of thought it's a little bit you only live twice. Yeah. You know, that's what we could do with that. So this is a brandy-based one. I'm pretty sure I put the brandy down here earlier. There it is. There's the brandy, everyone.
So organized, he's the man. Man is so organized.
So what we're going to do is we're going to go with these 3 things. This is a stirring cocktail. We do not need a shaker for this one. This one is stirred, not shaken. We're going to go with, looking in the book, we're going to go with 60 mils of brandy, or 2 ounces, 15 mils of orgeat, or half an ounce if you prefer, and 8 mils of bitter tree bitters. So, move them away briefly and get my OXO.
Just keeping out of the way.
Thank you.
Keeping out of the radius, the wingspan. You know?
My wingman. So what we're going to do this week, like normally we make a cocktail, drink a cocktail, then you make one. This week we decided that we'll split them down the middle, so we'll all have half of whatever the other person's making.
Yes,
so
that's true.
It works out well.
You don't drink quite so much.
We don't drink quite so much. My Sunday's not fucking written off with nonsense. Close that door.
Or not.
I'm going to go with 15.
Captain Oddjob has prevented me.
15 mils of the orgeat, which is like liquid milk, and it's beautiful. And then on top of that, I'm going to go with 8 mils of Bogart's Bitters. Like normally bitters comes with like a shaker on the top. This is just a free pour.
Yeah.
This is Danger City. So, well, listen to that. I'm going to try and do 8 mils of this. A little bit more. There we go.
Sounds like you've been going for ages. It's like blob, blob, blob,
Blob,
blob,
blob,
blob, blob, blob, blob, blob.
Blob job. See what I did there? Thank you. And you're doing the ice for me.
I was just like standing there because I thought we haven't got, like, we're not made of ice.
Got all the ice in the world. See what I did there? Check that in.
I'm going to be a little more frugal with my ice, I think.
Well, give this a good stir. So there's no fruit, no coffee, nothing needs spritzing up in this. So we can just stir it and give it a good stir. We kind of want it to dilute because it's basically booze and sugar. Not unlike an old fashioned, I guess.
Yeah.
In that respect. Come on, you bastard, stir.
Is your phone in the fridge?
No, in the freezer. Jeremy keeps his phone in the freezer now. It's a thing he does. Look at that ice. It doesn't come out. It's great. So this is the Japanese cocktail. What does he say to him in that when he's talking to him? He goes, "This is Japan, where men come first, women come second, if at all."
Does he say that?
Yes, he does.
Do you know what? I have to say, like, they don't date well, do they?
No.
They don't age well.
You misogynistic bunch of pigs.
We're back on regular cam, or have you done another?
So that's the Japanese cocktail.
Perfect. What are you, once we've had that, you're going to watch?
I will do
I
it
might use
momentarily.
that. Actually, no, I don't need it for the
Tell you what, I'll
martini.
give you that one.
I'll ring it in.
I'll take that one. Let's see how this goes down.
Okay then. First nose. It's what's in this?
Ooh.
Is this brandy?
Yeah, it's brandy orgeat and the bitters.
Oh. I mean, that face was not the face of a man that likes it.
That's really nice.
I am not feeling it.
You're not. When you did that awful recoil and your face screwed up like a bulldog licking piss from a nettle,
Yes.
did that suggest you found it pleasurable?
I'm not a fan of that. And I don't know what it is. Is it the bitters doing that?
I don't know. I like it. I'll squeeze past you and just.
It's a sensation that.
You're not loving that. Do you know, it's the first one I've made from you. Like, I know we normally like make different ones and whatever, but you're really not Happy Bunny, are you?
No, I'm not. What? Remind me what's in that. That is orgeat
syrup.
Yeah.
Brandy. And the bitters.
I think it's the bitters that are doing that.
Well, I've got to say, I'm loving it. Is that an all-time low then?
Ah, that is an all-time low. And I'll tell you what, that's why I never made it. Bond would never drink that. I'm telling you now.
I mean, he was an alcoholic.
Yeah, sure. There's quicker ways to get
pissed. In Bond and the most recent ones where he sat by the bins drinking mess.
I'm not a fan of the most recent ones. In fact, I haven't even seen... After Skyfall, I basically said I would stop going to
I didn't particularly care so much for...
I didn't care for Skyfall.
Oh, hello. You're cooling my camera. Is it burning up?
It's a hot day. It's a hot day today.
Our technology's melting. We're trying our best. The first cocktail has been an all-time low. All I wanted was a...
Thank you. Thank you for allowing me to try that. Never do it again. Never.
Would you like a fun fact from the chat?
Never say cocktail again. Yes.
So on Twitch, Captain Sora said, didn't Roger Moore also originally lie about his acting career, saying he'd starred in hundreds of movies when in fact he had not? By the time they actually caught on to the lie, he'd already made a massive name for himself.
Mate, I love that.
You Googled it, and it is absolutely true.
And you fact checked yourself. I love it. I love that you did that, Will. I didn't know that. So I'm trying to remember what the brilliant...
Saint?
He was the Saint, Simon Templar, yeah.
Was that before Bond?
I think it was before. It's much like when Patrick McGowan did Danger Man, and he went into, like, the thing about this is I didn't know that, but that just tells you everything. Fake it till you make it. Just say it. Just do it. What is Roger Moore has an autobiography, and I'm struggling to remember what it is, but it's not like Bond, James Bond, but it's definitely a really good name. I can't remember. We've got to look it up. Got to find out what what Roger Moore's autobiography is, because it's got quite a good pun.
I'm just watching Jeremy holding frozen pineapple juice against my phone. Is that dangerous?
It's certainly cooling my hand.
Is it in danger of exploding the phone?
No, it's just ruining the picture.
Is it? Shite.
Keeps auto-focusing. But it's not so bad.
I've got to say it was doing that the other day simply when I switched it on. I don't know whether it's a heat thing or whether it's
well, while we're discussing this, thanks very much everyone for joining us. If you're just joining us, we're doing a James Bond cocktail day. The idea, if you're joining us in the UK, is that you watch this. You can play along, you can make these things if you've got it, or just watch it, make it later if you're staying in. But if you're going out tonight, then we're getting you started. This is the pre-drinksy starty bit.
Don't get them started.
And get me started.
I mean, if you just tuned in, you just missed Alex destroying his first cocktail because he loved it. Yummy! It was so nice.
We're doing cocktails that Bond drank in the films and in the books and in Petty's head.
He thought about drinking this. He was going to have one, and then he didn't.
Roger Moore, my word is my Bond.
That's it! I knew it! Oh, isn't that great? Mate, that's amazing. Roger Moore, my word is my Bond. Except it wasn't, because he lied. Isn't that brilliant? It's like, my word is my Bond.
Is he doing a big
wink? It's like, when they got him, it's like, well, he did do a really big wink, and you didn't think that was because he was lying.
I thought that's how he acted, because normally his eyebrow was up here somewhere, wasn't it?
Oh, man. Like, I wish you could remember how there's so many great puns in Bond. They're all really terrible. And at one point in, like, Moonraker,
what's he trying? I think he's trying.
Drax at the end of Moonraker. He shoots Drax because Roger Moore has a kind of a thing in his wrist that allows him to shoot a powerful dart. He's got one in each of his wrists.
He's double jointed,
and he just goes like that, and he goes and Drax is about to kill him, and he's got a gun, and he starts to put his hands up, and so Drax is like, oh, he's surrendering, and he goes and he shoots him, and Drax is like, and he starts staggering backwards, and then Bond just kind of ushers him out the airlock. He just holds him like, oh, come on, and he's just like, oh god, yeah, sure, fine, whatever. He doesn't make any effort to kind of struggle. I mean, I don't think it's paralysing him that much. Anyway, he puts him into the airlock, and he goes out, and he floats away, and then the woman in that is pretty fit. Comes out and says, where's Drax? And he said, he had to fly. And I just thought, I don't know, he had to get some air? I know there's no air in space, but like that's the joke, right? He had to get, I just don't know. There's so many puns. They do them all the time,
Isn't there one, I think it's The Spy Who Loved Me, where they end up in the little lifeboat pod thing at the end, which also has a bed and champagne and all the things, marital aids and everything lined up. He's got everything. He's just a shag padding and a skate pod.
Yeah.
And he ends up in it, and they get him in the ship, and his boss is like, Bond, what are you doing, Bond? And he just closes the curtains and carries on.
He gets it. Keeping the British end up, sir. You know, there's one that's a bit weird. I think it's from Russia. I think it's from Russia with Love, where it's all about the ice skater.
Yes.
And the ice skater is a bit young.
Yes.
And by today's measure, that's not
Right,
okay. And
no.
she comes and like she's old enough, as it were. She says to Bond, I don't know why my mother's like treats me like He says I'm not still a virgin. He went, well, put your clothes on and I'll buy you an ice cream. And I'm like, this is a weird Bond.
He doesn't want to do it, does he? Because she's too young. And it's like, suddenly you grow on a conscience. Where the fuck did that
where did that come from? It's just like,
get your kids on, love. This is ridiculous.
Future audiences will judge me, child.
Happy days. So, I'm sorry the first cocktail was a bit bobbins.
That's okay. I'm worried about the bitters because later on I want to make a Sazerac, and that requires Peychaud's bitters, which we couldn't get, or my Creole bitters, which never arrived either. So I've got to worry about the old Sazerac, which uses rye whiskey and Peychaud's.
Or why don't you revert to just a normal one? A normal bitters, like an Angostura type bitters, which I can give you.
Yeah, no problem. We'll do that later.
Do you want to carry on for a bit, or we've got a quarter of an hour? Do you want to make another cocktail?
I'll make another one in a moment.
You do one next, because there you go.
Well, we're going to make one which is, a few weeks ago, we made, in the very first episode, or maybe it's the first or second episode, I made a Vespa Martini, which is the one he basically says, one of these days I'm going to patent a cocktail. I just need a name. And of course, there's Vespa, what? I can't remember. It's Vespa Berlin. Vespa Berlin. Of course, it's West Berlin. I was trying to remember her name based on the pun. So he calls it the Vespa Martini, and he rattles it off in Casino Royale, and it needs Quina Lillet, which they don't make anymore. So a few weeks ago, when I made the Vespa Martini, we used the good substitute. If you've got Cocchi Americano, or if you've got Quina Lero d'Or, you can make a Vespa Martini. But we're not making one of those because I've left it in Berlin.
West Berlin.
Berlin.
At the checkpoint, you have to leave it behind.
There you go.
That's for you. Keep up.
Thanks very much.
Thank you. Bye.
Why is there still Checkpoint Charlie here? The wall came down in 1990.
We never told him. He's still here.
All this booze piled up. So we're just going to make the other thing. In fact, the thing that he drank more than anything else, other than champagne, which he drank more than anything else, but the cocktail drank more than anything else, which is the vodka martini.
Yes. And there will be champagne in 2 of the other cocktails that I'm going to make today.
Well, that's okay. So that basically, if you're Bond, you're drinking vodka martinis and cocktail and champagne most of the time in his films.
That was nice. What a lovely cocktail that you missed out on there, Mr. Bond.
I don't think I missed out on it.
You said that.
What's this you got? Are you just like...
I'm just washing it out with water so that it doesn't interfere with your lovely...
Do you want to swap places?
Yes, shall we?
Yes, you should swap places, because otherwise you're impostering each other, because the names are at the bottom.
Oh, okay.
Now we're good. I am definitely Captain Brilliant.
So are you beginning your Vespa Martini?
This.
Vodka martini. Let's see, I'm going to use your one. What was it? Oh, it's going to seem fine to me.
I will put the cocktail.
Yeah, let me remind myself. It's a base, 6022, Angostura, right. Yeah, sure. Right, so we need, it's a vodka martini, so we need some vodka. And we're also going to need some dry. You can make my dry bone with. Thank you very much. Okay, yeah, sure. So this is really good. So God, it's boozy. The Vespa Martini is even boozier. Really.
It's a madman's drink.
The Vespa Martini is like 60 ml, so that's 2 ounces of like gin and like 1 ounce of vodka. It's mental. But this is 2 ounces or 60 ml of vodka. In fact, let's get some ice in here.
Do you want me to do the ice?
Yeah, would you mind cracking out the ice?
Certainly, my God.
I can pour it later. Just put a bunch of that in there. It's an all-time high with nothing but vodka here. Slide out a bit high there.
It's good though. I liked it.
Thank you.
Once I've had a few more cocktails,
I need it in here.
You know what I'm going to bang out. You know what I'm good for. You know I'm going to do it.
We need it in small now. Hey, Mikey, you want to go to the bathroom? Right. So, 60 ml of. 60 ml? It's all over the place. Probably do it a bit more than that. 60 ml of vodka. 2 ounces of vodka. Nice. And we want dry vermouth. Okay, which is really cheap. And I put 3/4 of an ounce of this in, or 22. So fuck it, round up to 25. Do what you want. It's your cocktail. We're only trying to help. Now, let's get that out of the way. It's very simple, really. It's just booze. And then you put lemon in it, by the way. We don't have any lemon, unfortunately. So
sorry about that. I've got some lime.
Oh, maybe. Actually do a thing like that. Yeah, okay. 2 dashes of this, and I can't get it.
That's good. It's like a science.
There you go. Angostura.
Angry stirrer.
Now, the thing is that, so Bond, whenever he does this, he says it for the Vesper as well. He says in that Gordon's. He doesn't say gin in that one. For the Vesper, I'm confusing you, but in the Vesper, which is gin, he says Gordon's, and he makes it very clear, and then he says shaken, not stirred. So with the vodka martini, he does say shaken, not stirred. Now, you alluded to this earlier, but there's no fruit in this. So if there's no fruit, can I have a... Oh, I don't need to stir it. I was going to give you like that. I was going to stir it. Yeah. If there's no fruit in it, or something you have to mix, you don't have to shake it. You should stir it. Otherwise, like basically, you end up... you would want to stir it so you make it cold, but if you shake it, there's a possibility of over-diluting it, effectively. But despite the rules that we're trying to follow, Bond says shaken, not stirred.
Bond wants it shaken, we get it shaken.
We'll shake it, not stir it. Fine.
Oh, I'm liking your action there.
Oh,
you shake it out.
I was practicing that, actually. What happened?
You set a gas canister off in there.
I know, right? There we are.
I find that new shaker, that new Boston shaker, the seal on that is a real son of a bitch.
So we have now
split it down the middle.
Yeah.
Do you want to double strain it in case any ice comes out?
That's a really good idea. So I do that into. Are we back on this camera?
Yeah.
I'll just strain into through the other shit that's also in here.
I don't think I've ever had a vodka martini. Just so you know, this is the first one. Let's hope it's good.
Vodka martini, shaken, not stirred. Okay, fill your boots. Take whichever one you want. Now, what you then want to do, which we don't have the lemon, you'd cut a bit of the lemon off of the outside, express it over the top, so you've got those oils in there. Spin on the eye, rub it around the edge, and drop it in.
Cheers, my friend.
Cheers.
While you're enjoying that, I'm just going to jump on here.
I'm okay with that.
Ooh, that's
It's a very pure, very simple, straightforward.
That's very drinkable.
Captain Soro,
Yes.
I've seen several cocktails, but not one handful of bullshit unconflicted.
Oh, listen, Captain Sauro. Wind thy neck in, my son, and I will give you some bullshit, right? Do you want me to tell you about bullshit?
Yeah.
I'll tell you about bullshit.
Yeah.
So I buy lots of things off a company called Master of Malt, and to give them credit where credit's due, they are good. They're really good. So 24/7, they have somebody in the office. So if there's a cock up with your order, you could give them a ring and say, sort it the fuck out. Yeah. And they do. But I ordered some Peychaud's bitter, and you said, shall I get some Peychaud's bitter? And I said, yeah, all right, in case it gets fucked up and it doesn't arrive in time. We did everything we should have done, right? So Peychaud's bitter is a bit like Angostura, but it's red and it's fruity and aromatic and floral, and it's exactly what we needed.
I think we want to make the Sazerac.
So they were going to deliver it. I paid extra to have it delivered on Wednesday, and the instructions were simple. If I'm not in, put it in the meter box. I'll leave it with my neighbour. I'm not furloughed. I'm not a furlough fucker. I'm at work. I can't be at home. I have to be at work. I've not been at any point during lockdown. I've been at work every day. I've never had a day off. Not like these fucks at the beach. So what's bullshit is the instructions were very clear, and they delivered it on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. They brought it to the house and went, well, it's not in. Take it back to the fucking depot. Now that's bullshit. That's a big fucking hand of bullshit.
That is big
right there.
What do you think is the most bullshit part of Bond? Oh, gadget? Have you got a gadget you hate, or a film you hate? There must be some sort of bullshit about Bond.
As a kid, I used to fucking hate From Russia with Love, but as I've got older, I really like From Russia with Love.
See,
because it was a bit dull. It was not over the top.
I don't think I remember it.
In From Russia with Love, he has a fucking pager on his belt at the beginning. Ages before pages existed.
Wow.
He had a little thing that it was just like a box with a light on it, and it just flashed, and he got in his car and he used the phone to call up Bond HQ.
Do you know what I thought was bullshit? In the film, I think The World Is Not Enough. Robert Carlyle plays a man that can't feel pain.
Yeah. And
I just thought, is this the best villain that we could do? I mean, I know a lot of these things are based. I mean, I've never read the books, so I know a lot of these are based on existing books.
It's a bit savage, but
it's this, yeah. But Can you not? It's like, right, we need a villain. I'll tell you what's bullshit. Fucking Xavier Bardem in Skyfall. I bloody hate Skyfall. It's it's a shit film.
Come on, you love
it's
it.
terrible.
Come on.
It's. Do you know the reason it's bad? You can look this up.
Come on, nothing. This is great.
You're like, why are you baiting me? I don't even know what your two feelings about Skyfall.
I like it.
Fuck Skyfall. This is starting to turn into like the other thing we did. This is just me. This is what you get. I'm like this all the time. Skyfall went into production. By the way, that's the best thing in that fucking film. Adele.
The theme's excellent.
Like in Skyfall,
yes,
there are I think at least 2 writers who wrote it. Somebody started writing it,
yes,
and then they stopped writing it, and it went into production. It stopped in production, and then they were getting part 3, and they weren't happy with it. Someone was writing it, then he stopped or got fired, and someone else started writing it. Yes. So the film of Skyfall, rather than the second writer going, well, I'll start again, just went, well, we'll take what we've got and carry on. So if it gives you the impression, because Skyfall starts out and they're like, we've got this problem, it's all happening in England, we've got this problem with all these, all our agents the world over have been revealed, and then that kind of gets cleared up and stopped really quickly, and then they go to kind of Shanghai, and then they do a whole thing where they're trying to chase M, halfway across. Who's playing it? Judi Dench. And then the second half is them chasing Judi Dench. And if it feels to you like it's a film where 2 writers have written it, it's because it is a two writers have written it. And then they don't come together at all. And Xavier Bardem, who's the bad guy, who was a 00 agent, is pissed off because there was plausible deniability that if he ever gets caught behind enemy lines, he's probably going to have to take a cyanide capsule. So he does, and it doesn't kill him. But aside from that, his whole beef is he's a bit of a crybaby because MI6 left him behind, and now he wants to kill Judi Dench. And if that isn't the weakest reason, by the way, it would have been really good if you'd have kept the reasons for like the original one, where like they were chasing all these guys around, had a CD or whatever, a disc of all the identities, and they're chasing it down. Plus, I think also Bond gets shot in that one and falls off a bridge, and then he's okay again. That is bullshit. You want some bullshit? Watch Skyfall. That's what you need. And in the end, the whole thing is just they all sit around a Scottish kind of mansion shooting people with shotguns. Oh, fuck off. What a bullshit. Yeah,
but it's all right, isn't it?
No, fuck off.
Like, honestly, I don't hate
Tell me you disagree. Do you know what I hate more than anything sometimes? Is those little guys who sit in front of a little counter and it says, I do this, change my mind, or such and such, change my mind. Skyfall is a shit film. Change my mind. I fucking hate myself now, by the way.
It's pretty good, though.
Here's a comment for you.
Yes.
The man who can't feel pain was such a crap villain. So what? Because his pain threshold knows no bounds. You couldn't just blow his brains out. That's it.
Yeah, I'm with it.
Is this Captain Sorrow?
He's on it today.
Yeah, he's right. I mean, that's it. It's bullshit. I feel like I went to see that in Bristol with a girl I was seeing at the time. The best thing was a place to go and just that girl.
I remember thinking there's a bit in Skyfall where spoiler alert, he has to shoot a shot glass off the top of her head, but he's fucked up because he's been shot and his accuracy's all over the place, and he shoots her in the head. And I thought, there's loads of my girlfriends I'd love to shoot in the head. Like, it's like, you're gonna have to do this. Oh no. Hope I don't hit her in the face. That'd be shit. Bang!
Well, she agreed to it, so in a court of law, that's okay.
If I agree to it, you're bound and gagged to a rock. No, I'm going to put this shot glass on your head. Don't worry, I've got this.
I got this. It's like, let's not do this shit.
Stop, you keep tipping it off on purpose. Give me a chance. It might work out okay.
But Captain Brilliant?
Yes.
Queen of Pain on Twitch.
Hey, Queen of
hello.
Hey, Queen of Pain. You're really great. Queen of Pain, everyone, you should check out her stream. She does all kinds of things. She does chat. She does games. I was watching the other night. It's really good. We're currently drinking a
vodka martini.
Shaken, not stirred.
Shaken, not stirred.
Really good.
It is
really good. And it's also really good to see you here. Thank you for tuning in. What do you think about Bond, Queen of Pain? That's bullshit. Alex doesn't like Skyfall. I like Skyfall. It's fun. It's all right.
It's not fun.
Give it a break. It's got massive lizards in it at one point.
I remember that bit.
Yeah, it's got some Gila monsters, whatever they're
This
called.
doesn't surprise me at all. There's loads of probably crazy shit. At one point, they derail the tube. I mean, fuck's sake. They blow up MI6. Oh, fuck off. This whole thing is nonsense.
There's one of them driving the train at the end of the film.
Xavier Bardem. What an actor. Are you saddled with that bullshit? Do you know when you've been waiting too long for something and you're all in, like sunken costs? Is that the phrase I'm looking for? But you just should have got out of this too long ago, but he was like, okay, fine, I've signed up for it. This isn't No Country for Old Men,
which is excellent.
Which is excellent, and he is excellent in.
When they turn up with Casino Royale blew my mind. It's so fucking good. And then Quantum of Solace, which is a short story, was terrible.
Yeah.
And then Skyfall came after that, which you hated. And then Spectre was meh.
I never watched Spectre because See Above.
And then now they're like, Bond's going to be delayed. I'm like, It's a real shame.
Bond will return.
I'm not invested. Like, I like Daniel Craig. He's fucking brilliant in Layer Cake. Like, he's excellent in Layer Cake, and he's seen him in lots of things, and he's brilliant. And his portrayal of Bond is good.
Will they just, with the world of reboots, will they not just reboot all the original ones right from the beginning with a different person? Then why start writing more? Just go from Dr. No and go all the way through all the ones we know already.
Honestly, I'm going to blow your mind here. I read Goldfinger. My grandma's got first edition copies of all the original Bond books. And you think the films, we were saying earlier on, the films are a bit dated and misogynistic. In Goldfinger, he turns up, looks at Pussy Galore, and says straight away, works out that she's gay, and goes, she had that look about her. Right? And then she looks at Bond and goes, actually, I've changed my mind. I fancy guys now. Because Bond's so handsome. That's pretty bullshit. You know, we were talking about bullshit things about Bond. That's his bullshit.
That is bullshit.
But it was written in fucking 19, what?
Do you know what?
50 something?
I think there's a YouTube video somewhere called Times When Bond is a Dick. And he kind of like, he's doing this stuff. And one of the times is when I think he's skiing through a ski resort, as he does in several of this and stuff. And he just skis away from these people. And he skis through the kind of bit where everyone's eating, and he skis across this picnic table. All these people are like drinking with their steins and their picnic and all their food and ham and stuff. He just goes, and like just like, sorry, go fuck yourself, I'm Bond. Licensed to be a cunt.
Licensed to be a dick. Oh man.
Do you know, there's a lot of people, I think, I can't convince my girlfriend to go to Bond. A lot of people's girlfriends don't want to go to Bond. A lot of people, like, you know...
Do you want me to dress up as your girlfriend to come to Bond?
No, because I don't want to go and see it.
Come on.
I can dress up as my girlfriend. We can just stay here and watch some of the good ones. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll do that afterwards. Yeah, nice. I've got a nice dress upstairs.
We can watch Moonraker, the best Bond film.
What is the one where he's driving down the road? And
I like your driving. It's like... by the way, whenever you do an impression of driving... Like the steering wheel is this big, like, and you're like driving it like this, like you're doing Summer Loving. That's what you do. You do Summer Loving.
I was once when I was younger. I was in the kitchen with my hello.
I'm just going to jump in with some comments.
Yes, please do.
Queen of Pain said, to be honest, I haven't gotten into Bond very much, so I don't have an opinion.
Other
than I can tell you I prefer PS. So,
but not
sight unseen.
Sight unseen.
Also, the cure to homosexuality, be attractive. You can't make that up.
Honestly, is that from Queen of Pain as well?
That's from Captain Sora.
Honestly, mate, I read the book and I fucking nearly threw it on the floor. I laughed so hard. It's so utter bullshit. When you said I did this ridiculous impression of driving where I ran like this, I remember once I was when I was much younger, a week ago in fact, I was in the kitchen up in Yorkshire with my brother, and we were wrestling on the floor, and my mum was making a meat potato pie, something traditionally Yorkshire, something that Yorkshire people do. And she said, Keith, my father, come in the kitchen and tell your sons that they're fighting. And he was watching the Grand Prix, and he's like, I'm watching the Grand Prix. And he's like, and my mum's like, come in the kitchen. And he's like, right. And he came in the kitchen, and we're fighting. And he goes, get up. I'm like, all right. And he goes, what are you doing? I went, nothing. And he went, what's this? And I went, shit boxing. I said, what's all this? What's all this then? That's shit boxing, Dad. And he had nothing. And he just went back to it. And just
I left the Grand Prix for that. I wonder if they'll
bullshit.
go through another 20 laps and not do anything.
Yeah, he loves the Grand Prix.
I will say, actually, in reference to like Queen of Pain saying she didn't get into Bond, I'm not saying this is a gender split thing, although it is. I'm not a big surprise that a guy running around with a gun is more, into people into that who are also guys, so that's not an unreasonable split. But what I will say is that
John's in the garden.
She's in there. Get out! We're making a thing here. Do it, God, that guy. Why? Out of work. That's why. After Scaramanga dies in Man with the Golden Gun. Spoiler alert. So yeah, but Pierce Brosnan is wonderful and is a sexy man, but can't sing, as evidenced in Mamma Mia, because he is so bad in Mamma Mia. I mean, you've got to admit, I don't know if you've ever seen. Have you seen Mamma Mia?
No, but my dad liked it a lot.
Yeah, no, he did not. That's like,
My mum got to watch it, and my dad loved it.
Oh.
My dad he's a big roughy, toughy Yorkshire. Used to run in with his beard and rub it on my face. That's called giving someone chin pie. He's like, who's hungry? Who wants chin pie? No! Rub his beard on me. He likes knitting, Pavarotti, Formula One driving, meatloaf, and enjoys Mamma Mia.
Are you trying to get me to improvise all those things together? Because
I'll do
it. That would be hard.
Do that.
But let me sleep on. Not while I'm doing F1 though, you crash. Did you want to do another cocktail? If so,
could do. Are we at that time?
I don't know. I've no idea. Yeah.
We are. Producer Jez has given us the nod.
Do.
So we'll come across and just off the top of my head, I will look at another cocktail.
Look, I'm just saying,
Watch how that phrase works.
Watch Pierce Brosnan do SOS in Mamma Mia.
Just off the top of my head / written down in front of me.
That's a joke. Right, so I'm going to make a breakfast royale, which is
like there's a lot of stuff in there.
Yes, that's
you might want to keep your book open.
I might do. Maybe we'll put it here. Look, you take your gin and fuck off over there.
Thank you.
And we'll put that there.
The breakfast royale. Now, was this? Can I just? I mean, I know it seems like it won't be. But was this actually in a?
So I had a big long list of cocktails that were inspired by and starring in James Bond films, and the Stinger was one of them, which spoiler alert,
I'm going to do.
You're going to do later, and the breakfast royale was the next one, and it uses some things. Some of this, which is pure grapefruit juice, which I squeezed earlier. We're going to go with Tanqueray, which is a beautiful gin. I love my gin and I love my Tanqueray. We're going to use some Tito Pepe Sherry. Tito Pepe. Grapefruit Tito Pepe, Tanqueray.
Can I ask a question? Has that got a cork in the top of that?
It has. I think it's going to be a pull-out cork.
We'll soon find out.
Don't you worry, I'll either use my buttocks or my teeth, but I will remove that cork.
That cork's coming out.
Got some fresh lime juice, which I squeezed earlier. Some simple syrup, but like yourself, my simple syrup, which is beautiful, is very dark. I think it's going to mess with the colour of the cocktail, so I'm going to go with a rich syrup and use half as much. An egg white, I'll get you to do that in a moment, actually. And some pink champagne, which is here. This one has got a fuckload of stuff in it, so
it's almost like we should have prepared, but you carry on.
Let's just improv this shit, right?
Yeah. Where's it all going? Just into that?
Yeah, I'll get the ice in this one, and I'll get that in a minute. We'll leave it in there for now because I don't want to style it. So I'm going to go with 35 mils of Tanqueray, or an ounce, but I'm just going to put a little bit more in because I think it's better with a bit more, like so.
The Breakfast Royale is like Casino Royale. It's a different film.
Yeah.
It's like The Breakfast Club, the John Hughes film.
Yes.
With Casino Royale.
Yeah,
It's got the Brat Pack in it. It's got like Rob Lowe and Emilio Estevez.
This is it. Charlie Sheen wasn't in that one, though.
No, but you know, Judd
yes.
Apatow.
He was in St. Elmo's Fire.
Yeah. They had all those guys, but it's also in Casino Royale.
It's in Casino Royale.
I would watch that.
They're running around.
And at the end of it, he goes like this and punches the air and kind of like they play "Don't You Forget About Me."
Don't you forget about me. So then we'll go 20 mils of grapefruit juice.
Queen of Pain wants to know if 9:37 a.m. is too early to start drinking.
It is not. No.
Commence immediately, Queen of Pain.
Presumably, Queen of Pain, you're in America. In America!
I would suggest the Pacific time zone.
Look, do you know, if there's anything you've learned about me, I don't understand.
You can't tell.
Is that the West? That's the West.
That's the West.
Yay!
She's in like San Francisco or like Seattle or something.
I'm trying.
Well, maybe you'll tell us where you are if you don't mind. But yeah, it's not too early. You could have a breakfast royale because it's breakfast, Queen of Pain.
In fact, this was designed to be drunk at breakfast. It says so here.
I have to say, and I was Seattle. Hey, that was my second choice.
Buttercup
of the ones that I
picked. Seattle.
How about them Seahawks? I'm a bartender now, so I can say things like this.
Do you know, I've recently started on Twitch.
No Cam Newton anymore. Is that enough for you?
That is enough for me. Is that enough for you?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm serious about that.
Give it a Picard.
It's this new one. It's a tight fit, isn't it?
Do you know what's worse about that, though, right? is that if you get it wrong, and my one makes it grinds the metal against metal and let out this metal shriek that's it was really awful. And Isabeau was like, "What the fuck was that?" And I'm like, "Spilly, spilly,
A view to a spill.
a view to a spill." Right, I had a view to a spill right there.
Can you do me a favour, my good friend?
Yeah, what do you want?
You pass me an egg. So basically, what I've done there is I've strained out all the ice, so I'm left with the liquid, and now I'm going to go. I'm just going to try my best.
You just want the egg white.
Just want the egg white. Just want.
There's the yolk. Don't put that in.
Fuck you! And fuck you!
Not to do that! Just like you, Alex!
Pass me an egg!
Please don't hit me with it.
What
Do you need to? You just started again.
No, it only went in there. That's why I did it like this. It's fine.
Oh, thank God, I thought you put it in the whole thing.
Oh my God!
You only egg twice, all right?
You only egg twice. Oh my God!
Right, you want the white. You don't want the yolk.
The yellow's a no-go yellow.
No yellow. Yes.
They call it mellow yellow.
Oh, I really honestly thought you put that in the entire thing where I said, like, this has got like 18 ingredients. Can I just chuck that in the
dump bin? So now we're going to chuck that into there. Have we quite finished?
No.
Now we're going to shake it with just the egg white, no ice.
Yeah,
this we're froth.
There's a name for this, and I
dry shaking.
Thank you.
I don't want to fucking froth it up.
I don't want to win.
For my cocktail. Come on! Right, so whilst that's just going to sit there, this might accidentally go right in your fucking face. So
is it because I laughed?
Because you laughed at my egg part. Oh, hang on, what is this? This doesn't look like any kind of thing that I've ever done before. Oh no, it's just a teeth. I thought it was going to be a cork, but
no. I mean, they are not. Only miniature versions are not quite as extravagant as you were hoping for.
I was hoping for cork.
It's just that.
I was hoping for. Should close that again. So professional. If you went to a bar and they opened your drink with your teeth, would you think they were scum or would you think they were a genius?
How much do you need of that?
I need 25 mils each.
Funny how you suddenly know the love.
Oh, hello, look at that. That's gone really frothy.
And that goes on top of that.
Yep.
That looks amazing. You could have this Queen of Pain for breakfast.
If you're not drinking this, I'll be upset. And then that egg white gives you, oh my God, look
that is really good.
That gives you all that froth. And then, oh, look at that. And I used red grapefruit and pink champagne, so I want to give it that sort of pink colour.
Yeah.
Can you bring that up nice and close to the cocktail cap?
Yes, I can.
To be seen.
So that is what we've got there. Looks like that.
And that is the breakfast royale.
And that is the breakfast royale. This is basically they've recently released because you didn't like the other one. I'm not going to do it. Trouble with egg whites in cocktails is that they smell like wet dogs. So you put a little bit of bitters on the top to take away that wet dog smell and make it smell.
That was the bit I was looking forward to.
The wet dog smell.
Mm-hmm.
Come in! Come on, Dad! Get in! Come on! Everyone! Come in! Right, there you go. That's for you.
Thank you very much. Cheers.
So this would normally be... Cheers. One whole cocktail bottle.
I like that. That's what.
That's nice.
Dozy dope. Funny how the action falls over when you don't want to.
Right. That's really nice. In fact,
all right, I'm down with that. That's a great cocktail.
What we should have done is we should have put water and crushed ice in this glass to chill it before we put the cocktail in.
We
don't want any ice in there. You don't want it to dilute any further.
No, you want to chill that shit. By the way, it keeps singing All Time High.
All Time High.
Which is the theme tune to Octopussy. But it's like, I think the only one that doesn't like mention, it doesn't say Octopussy in it, right? All the other songs say Skyfall or The Spy Who Loved Me or whatever like that. But even All Time High doesn't.
The Spy Who Loved Me.
The Spy Who Loved Me. He still mentions it at some point.
Keeping all my secrets.
But Octopussy, there's not like, oh, Octopussy. It doesn't go like that.
Yeah, because they realised it probably wouldn't be allowed on top
No,
of the
it
pots.
sounds really weird. It's like, she
so
has 8 tentacles.
No, that's not going to go well with.
I don't know anyone. Like every time there's a film comes out, they turn to like the band de joie and says like, make me a song.
Yes.
It's called The World Is Not Enough. It's called A View to a Kill. And Duran Duran go, I got it.
Yeah.
It's called Skyfall, and they'll say, I've got it. And then at the time Octopussy comes, it's called Octopussy, and they're like,
You're fucking with me. And
Rita Coolidge is like, can I make you a different song? I don't want to write a song called Octopussy. Octopussy. What rhymes with pussy?
What rhymes with
Lucy.
Lucy.
Sussy?
Gary Busey.
Gary Busey. Yeah.
Should have been in Octopussy.
It should have been Octopussy.
With
I'll
Gary
succeed
Busey.
like Gary Busey.
See, in the sky. Oh, like, no, it doesn't work.
It doesn't work. That's why Octopussy. That's a fact, by the way. You can only look it up on Wikipedia, but the reason they didn't do it was because Octopussy can't be rhymed.
So, we were talking about champagne. Bond drinks champagne, lots of champagne.
Yeah. By the way, this was made with sparkling pink wine. I didn't get him actual champagne.
That's fine.
Because I didn't.
champagne.
No. I went up to the top and they went, what do you want? A Merton Chandon? And I was like, let's go down a little bit until I
was at the floor. What's this under here by this dead fucking cat? Oh, there we go. Get out of it, cat. Ooh. But there's an episode of the Royal Family where he says the dad of the Royal Family is notoriously tight-fisted. And he says, celebrations, buy some champagne. And they go to buy some champagne. He takes 20 quid out of his wallet. And she goes, it's going to be more than that. And he's like, balloon on. I was like,
yeah.
That egg really frothed up.
Like, cheek.
It really frothed up. Look at the egg. It's like a meringue on the top.
It's like a meringue.
Mm. Oh.
If you're just joining us, we're doing a Bond-related cocktail making session.
He's beautiful. You're beautiful.
He made, thank you very much, he made the Japanese cocktail inspired by, but not anything to do with any sort of...
He went down like a lead balloon.
Yeah.
I liked it.
Yeah, absolutely. Went down like Hans Gruber off of Nakatomi Tower. And
went down like Alex after a few cocktails.
That's true. That is
I'm
absolutely
just saying it's a thing.
Fact.
Do you know something else that's
was
funny?
never actually in a film or the book, which is probably the reason why.
I basically was going to use this sugar syrup.
I'm going to need that in a bit.
You know, because it's turned into an ant graveyard. Like, the ants were so unhappy.
Did they crawl down the fucking thing?
They crawled up the bottle, down the spout. I'm like, oh shit, I've been like more than I could chew.
It's not just one, it's like,
yeah, just to give you some.
Oh my god, don't, because they'll be grossed out.
Just to give you some idea, I don't know if you can see that. That is the mass graveyard, the mass suicide pact of the ants in my garden. I told my mum the other day, my mum's cruel. She's a cruel woman when she's had a drink, especially when she's had a gin.
Let's hope she's watching.
Hopefully she'll be tuning in. She said to me at Christmas, I've said this before, but you might have heard this to people watching now, but she said, my uncle asked me if I wanted more pie, and I said yes. And my mum said, if my belly was as big as yours, I too could fit another piece of pie in it. That's cruel.
And you said, fuck off, mother.
I punched her in the face as hard as I possibly could.
That's how it works in Yorkshire.
It is, we're a cruel
I know that being a paintball doesn't understand how England works, but that's how it works up north.
I'm from the north, which is the cultured part of the country.
And I'm from the south, which is basically a savage land of stout and whippets.
Yes, pie.
Pie, yeah.
Pie. She's trying out her own British slang, actually.
Oh,
She
please.
said she's so chuffed with this stream.
Ah!
A word she only learned last week.
Oh, chuffed is good. Chuffed is very English.
I don't know Queen of Pain, but do you know what your chuff is? Just before.
You are chuffed. We're chuffed to have you here.
Don't ruin it.
It's a rude thing, but
it's not a. But I'm chuffed that you're here. Thank you.
Did you hear about the train driver, the train enthusiast who was run over by a runaway steam train? He was chuffed to bits.
Hey, it was chuffed
to bits.
Now, see, that does not translate. That doesn't go across the Atlantic. That's
because the train ran. Well, the train didn't obviously. Chuffed like a choo choo
choo choo. Chuffed because it makes a chuffing noise.
It makes it
steam trains
like a chuffing.
Oh yeah, no. If you've just joined us, there was a terribly wonderful Japanese cocktail, and then I did a vodka martini, probably the thing Bond drinks the most. And now you've made the breakfast royale.
Yeah. What you should know is that we'll always agree that responsible drinking is the way forward.
Oh yeah.
All these cocktails are split in half. So this is nothing for hardened drinkers like you and I.
We're very professional. We're drinking for a long time,
Mm.
at least since about 12 o'clock.
I mean, yes, it's lunchtime.
Yeah.
Nothing says responsible drinking like starting just after you've had your lunch.
Yes.
And, you know, I could say with my hand on my heart that I haven't woken up in a ditch not knowing my name, geographic location, or what's happened.
The thing about
for
COVID
weeks,
is that we stay at home a lot of the time, so we don't go to a pub, so we have to get home again. Plus, everything's super fucking cheap.
It is.
That's the best thing. You know, what blows my mind is when people say, well, I went to the pub and it's more expensive than it is when I buy it from the shop. And I'm like, no shit. I bought this pint and it was £4. And it's like, I could buy a pint for £2 in the shops. We'll go to the fucking
shop then, you prick. It's not like they've got overheads, is it, at the supermarket? Well, they do.
The experience of being in a bar. But anyway, we haven't been doing that. So everyone's been staying at home, saving some fucking money.
Making cocktails.
Going
on Twitch. Going on Twitch. You know, it blew my mind.
Oh man, that's good.
It's really good. I'm glad that.
That's a breakfast. But it's light and fluffy,
airy,
like breakfast. You
like
could pour this on your breakfast cereals. You could pour this on your Cap'n Crunch, Queen of Pain. That's an American cereal, right?
Count Chocolate.
Count Chocolate. Lucky Charms.
Yeah.
What else do they have in America? Maple syrup,
biscuits
pancakes.
and gravy. Biscuits and gravy.
Biscuits and gravy.
Gravy.
I don't think
it's mashed potatoes. Not
right.
biscuits.
That's not biscuits.
It's actual biscuits.
I want to get into this. I love America.
She also learned about spotted dick.
I think it was.
Were you in England? Because spotted dick is a very English pudding.
I think I was talking.
Dessert.
I was talking about spotted dick.
Spotted dick, yeah.
About what the doctor said.
I'm not a big fan of spotted dick.
No, the doctor's not either.
I tell you what, I'm a fan of. I tell you what, jam roly poly. Jam roly poly is perfect.
Mm.
It's basically a long suet pudding that they put jam in and roll it up. It's just a big cylinder of jam.
You know, I like Arctic roll.
That's got Arctic roll is a sponge with some ice cream running down
and a bit of jam separating the ice cream as well. And the ice cream's really
Queen of Pain, come to England.
Come to England, we've got it. It's the shit. It's grainy as well as the ice cream. Grainy, like sandpaper, like 200 grit sand. What the fuck? How do you get sandpaper?
Your dad picks it up and does a bit of sandpaper.
You know, my brother once told my mum to fuck off. And my dad had been stirring a pot of paint in the back garden with a piece of wood. So
when we would find your dad.
My brother chose that exact moment to tell my mum to fuck off when my dad had armed himself
with a paint stick.
He's like, "Now you're gonna get it, Dad. There's paint on that stick." He does not care. The paint stick.
Paint stick. Give me something for the pain.
Oof. Whack. That was really good. Look at the eggy goodness that's still clinging. That is one of the best.
I mean, finish mine.
Froth effect. You need to drink like a hero.
Spider, love me.
He's keeping all my secrets safe tonight.
Harris asked if you're rebranding cocktails and
baking.
Cocktails and baking.
Baking, yeah, because we were talking about how to. Oh yeah.
That's hard, man. Like, there's only so much room in the kitchen.
I know. I don't think we could do it on here.
Maybe we could alternate. 1 week cocktails, 1 week baking.
Because I don't want to dilute the audience we've got.
My liver can't stand 2 weeks of this in a row.
No, that's true. Maybe we could do a bit of a. No, Keris, you'll be unhappy to learn that we will not be paid unless we've got a cake we can put in a cocktail.
Oh my god, like a cherry bakewell.
A cherry bakewell.
Frozen cocktails.
The cherry.
Like daiquiris.
Yeah, but is that?
Yeah, and ice cream related ones and all kinds of
shit.
Cool
Raindrops on roses and whiskers on kittens.
Whatever happened to your fucking margarita?
I've got it. I've got a frosty margarita making. We've got to get that in this summer.
Oh my god, maybe if we do beer dice or sort of beer pong.
What we should do the next one is just bring that out and make it constantly make the same one. And, and up again, a frozen margarita.
What are we making for our next cocktail, Alex?
Frozen margarita. You guys are phoning it the fuck in.
What the fuck are you making? Frozen margarita.
Frozen fucking margaritas. Fucking 3 liters. Fuck yourself.
What do you think, Hans?
Nothing went down. Why are you keeping it?
A reminder.
A reminder to the other ants?
To look at this. The bottles have dust caps on. I never realised why they were important. Now I realise why they're important.
For the ants.
So you need to know that I'm making one in this. It might be answered now. We're having some of this.
No. We're playing ant roulette. Everything was considered for ant. Fuck me, mate. There's
and
ants.
Also, look at this.
The ants wouldn't dare go in there.
The ants wouldn't go in the danger sauce. I don't know what this is. Somebody gave this to me. It's a Hungarian plastic lager bottle with
Right, so let's have to say something. When I was on holiday in France just a couple of weeks ago, you want me to do a thing? I will. I'll tell an anecdote first, though. When I was in France,
good work.
No, he's so good. He's so good. He's so good. So good. And we should be professional, pretend like we didn't see what he just did.
I know that he's like, look at these dysfunctional fucks that I have to work with.
You know, the best bit was in in Belgium. He'd be in my ear, just going telling me
pigeons
how to do this sort of shit. But we're not doing. When I was in France, we had a problem with the wasps, and so I looked up how to get rid of wasps. And what they said was, you get like a kind of a bottle, like you get a plastic bottle, and you cut the top of it, and you turn it upside down, and you put a load of like kind of water in it, and then you put some washing up liquid to make sure that the surface all split up, so like they can't just kind of get out again. And then what you do is you put something greasy, because at the beginning of summer, wasps want protein. So they want grease and they want meat.
They've just been
and stuff like
out.
They have. Live to win, right? And then later on, at the end of summer, they want sugary things.
Yes.
So being at the start of summer, what you want to do is you want to get your thing, put some water in it so they'll drown, and put some like sausages and shit. So I got a Sprite bottle, and I was like, don't worry, Isabo. We're going to so we cut this in, we're going to make a wasp trap, because we couldn't put up with this shit. What's going on outside?
Basically, I have pigeons.
I'll ignore that. And we put these sausages. We put these sausages and meat in it. Turn the thing up. Put it on the side for the wasps to walk into. And did the wasps walk into that? I was there for a week. We failed to capture a single wasp. We just had to they were wiser. They were buzzing around it. He's going to throw stones at his own house. Anyway, bottom line is my wasp trap failed, so I bought a spray and killed them all. So let's have another cocktail.
On behalf of the pigeons, I apologise. Fox. I've got pigeons on my roof. They live under the solar panels.
Can I use this?
Yes, you can. They basically, every day, they throw all their shit off the roof. And the man that gets rid of them said it's going to cost £1,000 to get rid of them. Now, initially, that seemed like a lot, but now they haunt my every waking minute.
There's pigeons in the solar panels.
They live between the solar panels and the roof. And like all that shit that was coming down now is them dragging their shit from the nest down and throwing it into the back garden.
And they say you can't shoot. Now, let's actually make something that did appear a couple of times. The stinger. We're going to make the stinger, which appeared in From Russia with Love and The Spider Love Me.
From Russia.
He says confidently, naming two, and can't remember what it is. So you can look it up. Nobody gives a shit. Right. So we make the stinger. Sounds really exciting, actually. The stinger has cognac in it.
Sounds like a spicy curry.
Yeah, it's a stinger in the morning. The stinger has ice in it, so we're going to ice up this measuring.
Do you want ice now, or when you've loaded it up with the ingredients?
I think I don't really care, but we can put some ice in there. I like to dribble the stuff through to start to ice straight away. We put some ice in our measuring jug. Now, I was talking earlier about. That's enough. Shaken, not stirred. There's no fruit in this. I don't want to shake it. I just want to stir it. So the stinger has cognac. Now, we're going to use brandy. Cognac is brandy. The difference between these sort of things, if you want to make a distinction, is that champagne is French sparkling wine from the Champagne region, and everything else is just sparkling wine. But effectively, cognac is from the cognac region, everything else is brandy. So that's how that works. That's the reason. So like using brandy is fine. We're going to use brandy.
What else do you need?
I need, hey, I'll tell you what I need. This shit that's right in front of us.
Yay!
Which camera am I on?
Both.
Oh, amazing. Great. What you want is creme de menthe.
White creme de menthe.
White creme de menthe. When you get creme de menthe, you get it in green or you get it in white, which is effectively clear like this. But the thing about it is that, so the green one, if you want it looking green, fine, do it. Have it looking all kind of like bohemian shit. But we could not find, for love nor money.
No internet, no Amazon.
I mean, we want to say it's Amazon's fault. Was it our fault, really? Were we not prepared?
I specifically told them what I wanted, and
they brought you
something that I incorrectly selected. So I think it's a bit of them, a bit of me.
Mainly you?
Mostly me.
So we don't have creme de menthe. What we do have is peppermint schnapps. Okay? So that's gonna substitute for that. So what we're gonna need to have is 50 mils of cognac, in this case brandy.
The good stuff. That's
this
the good stuff.
Is the good stuff.
The good stuff.
Whoa, Nelly! Bam! Straight in there.
Ah, so this is another boozy booze. And
Better believe it. Can I give you that?
yes, you may.
And then what we're going to say, I'm going to remind myself how much we've got in this. Oh,
From the top of your head.
From the top of my paper, we'll say 22, but I'll say 25 because it's nice. It's an all-time high.
So, yes, now.
So down on the floor. Let's stir it. There's a technique to stirring.
Is that simply it? Those two ingredients?
Yeah. You could put mint in it. If you have mint leaves, actual mint, you could do that.
I haven't got any mint.
When I stir things, that there's a dilution aspect. If you want to do something which is, especially the sazerac, which you could do for quite some time, but if it's cold on the outside, then you're okay.
What is this?
What is this? Well, this is the stinger.
Oh, mate. I'm looking forward to this. Are we going to drink it from these two glasses?
Yeah, let's do that.
Let's do that.
Let's get it started.
Do you want to double strain this?
I think we'll be okay, but yes, let's do that.
That way we don't only get the good stuff. It's the good stuff.
This is the good stuff. Actually, that one's
Very syrupy looking.
It's beautiful, producer Jeremy, just like your good self.
right. So let's make
You can't
sure.
tell
So
he's
the
smiling,
stinger,
can you?
yeah. Let me just reply to my. Yeah, absolutely. It's just brandy and peppermint and ice and stir. Let's try the stinger as seen in Thunderbolt.
Yeah.
So. Ooh, you can get in that menthol.
Keris would request a close-up of the drink, please. Very nice.
Yeah, what I'm getting with that, because obviously the thing about it is you're not here, unfortunately, to taste it, is a very cold, very menthol drink.
It's nice. Take something, it's got a bit of an odd smell. It's weird on the nose.
I mean, I'm not saying it's the best of one we've had. I think the Breakfast Royale was the best one so far.
It wants to be, it's fucking hard work.
This was, I mean, maybe it'd be better if we actually had creme de menthe, but I don't think it makes that much of a difference.
I'm sure I've had creme de menthe before. I mean, if you put green creme de menthe in that, it wouldn't be the end of the world, right?
No, it would not.
It'd be green. It'd be green.
Anyway,
In fact,
let's get rid of some of this shit that's in front of us.
you like me to put it in the dump bucket?
Yes, is that what we're calling it?
Yes.
Here we are on Cocktails and Bullshit, episode 7, The Futurist Spill. This is James Bond. I'm Alex Borton. This is Captain Brilliant.
Hello.
If you've just joined us now, we're making James Bond's cocktails and drinking them. You can drink them along with us, or you can make them, or you can make your own stuff. Or you want? You can watch this later and get all the stuff. We put all the recipes up.
No, honestly, all I would say is simply, if you've seen something on here and you're not sure how to make it and you wanted to know, just send me a private message, or you, or producer Jeremy.
Or use Google, because it's up there. That's where we got it. Now, if you have, we're talking Bond, all things Bond as well, favourite Bond films, which we're going to about to get onto, because I'm going to ask you and then you're going to answer. But if you have a favourite Bond film, or if you have a favourite Bond gadget or a thing you hate about or like about Bond, just drop it in the comments, because we'll fucking discuss it.
Before you do that, actually, a drinks conversation has broken out in the chat.
Please tell me more.
And Queen of Pain would like to know each of your favourite drinks.
Oh, that's a good question.
It's a hard one. Can I go first?
You can.
I'll field this question.
I have an answer as well, but carry on.
I gotta say, it is probably the whiskey sour.
You do love a whiskey sour.
I love a whiskey sour. There's something about it. I don't particularly like lemon, but the egg, the sugar syrup, the lemon, the bourbon, it's just great.
It froths up. It looks really good. There's kind of a bit at the top.
When we got the Breakfast Royale, that amount of froth, if I could get that much froth every time on my
whiskey
sour, I'd be over the fucking moon.
Yeah. My favourite cocktail, bar none, is Naked and Famous. I love a Naked and Famous, and Naked and Famous is incredibly hard to get. In England, they never have the stuff you need. They never have the stuff you need. Even in a well-stocked bar, they won't. And the Naked and Famous is Aperol, which is an Italian aperitif for like a kind of red, a bit like Campari. So it's Aperol, it's Mezcal, which is like a smoky version of tequila, not made with the blue agave. It's I think it's just a smokier version. Anyway, yes, Mezcal is basically smoky tequila, but nobody in any bar in England ever stocks Mezcal. No. So that's the end of the cocktail. And the third part of it is yellow chartreuse, which is made by monks. And no one ever has yellow chartreuse, and it's a really potent, herbally, tonic-y, like so many of the monks make. Everything monks make is massively herbally, but beautiful. So you want, yes indeed, So what you want for the Naked and Famous is the yellow chartreuse has a real tang to it. The mezcal has that tequila-y hit.
Smoke.
Then you've got the Aperol bit, and then you've got another equal measures of all of those, and equal measures also of lime juice. And it is fucking perfect. And no one will make it because one of those ingredients is not going to be behind the bar. And I was in Belgium not so long ago, and we went into this place called Uncle Babe's, which is a burger place and cocktail place. And we walked past it back and forth, and mainly because you like the way you love, right? Yeah, exactly. And we went in it one time, we ordered some burgers. The burgers were perfect. And I said, will you make me something? And they said, we'll make you any cocktail. And I said, will you make me a Naked and Famous? And they said, yes. And they went away and brought it back again. And I went, well, shut my fucking mouth.
No.
So yeah, Naked and Famous, try that out, because I think there's a real tang to it. If you like it, you'll absolutely adore it. So there you go.
It's really good.
It's good.
It is good. I don't know whether when we first start out we're a little bit sober, and now we are less sober, and the cocktails just taste better. But
I get what it means by stinger. It's real kind of bright, and it's like doof.
Like that does not taste just like peppermint schnapps and brandy.
No, but it's quite heavy on the peppermint. Maybe we won't grind them off.
Well,
anyway, we did it. We tried it. We'll try it another time. We'll try some different ones anyway.
It's a crazy day. It's been a hot day. Sorry that I had to break off just before that because the pigeons are being a bunch of dicks.
Only in England. They don't get this in America.
First world problems. They get pigeons, but they kill them there. Whereas in England, people get funny when you kill them. But I'm like, they're not contributing in any way. They're not like looking.
Well, the lights on it here, by the way.
Yeah, if you want.
Just saying. Lights are always good on a film.
Why? It's only 6 o'clock. It shouldn't be dark. But pigeons aren't out looking for gainful employment. They're not contributing. They're just throwing shit off my guttering into my
I wouldn't
garden.
stand for it.
There's a friend of my dad's who cleans gutters for a living. And
great job.
It's a fantastic job.
Is there money in that?
Yeah. People need their
gutters cleaning.
And he went to the girls' grammar school and cleared the guttering out. And they said,
I thought you were going to say he went to the girls' grammar school, full stop. And I was like,
their guttering needed cleaning out. And they sent him a Christmas card saying, thank you for rodding our gutters. His wife went batshit crazy.
I love it. Concepts that probably don't translate to America, given we've got an American viewer, because I don't think they have all female or all male schools. In England, I went to an all boys school.
Yeah, me too.
And so did Captain Brilliant, and across the road was an all girls school. And it was like the Jets and the Sharks. Everyone was like finger clicking to each other at lunchtime and then kissing each other. But unlike the Jets and the Sharks.
Boys?
What did the what?
The boys were all kissing each other.
Yeah.
Great.
Like that episode we watched it on South as well. So here we are, Cocktails and Bullshit, episode 7, A View to a Spill. We have spilled shit like just stuff everywhere.
Oh mate, if you could see behind the bar right now, it's
if you could see me now.
Horror show. The pigeons are spilling shit out of the gutter.
Out their mouths.
I want to rod their gutters.
You're spilling comments into our feed and we're responding to them.
Oh, that's not my camera because my phone is in the freezer. Queen of Pain would like to know why you are not making it a Negroni.
Yeah, it's a really good point. Oh man, oh boy, you've got me. I love a Negroni. Now the Negroni and the Americano, which he also drinks, which comes up in a couple of the films, is basically Campari and sweet vermouth and soda.
Yes.
Whereas the Negroni is Campari, sweet vermouth, and gin. And the reason we're not making a Negroni, I have to say, is because I would make it every week if I could, and I've made it in a previous episode. So we're trying to. So I would make a Negroni because he drinks it.
Hey, should we throw a promise out? Do you want to throw out a promise?
Do you have Campari now? I'd make one. I bloody love them. They're amazing. You're right, and he does it, but it was only because we made it previously. So we kind of like went down the list and picked the ones we hadn't made. That's the only reason.
What I can say is,
but you're right. It's fucking amazing. P.S. People don't like it. My friend thinks Campari is made of. Oh yeah, you could
shove that in.
Yeah. Do you have sweet vermouth though?
Yeah, I've got it.
Yeah.
Rosso, is that?
Well, yeah, Rosso.
Yeah,
I'll make one. You can make it in the glass. It's easy. We'll make one right now. There's a spider here. Were you in there? Were you in there with the ants?
Look at it. It's going up the side of the fucking bottle. What else do you need? Is it just those two?
And gin. There must be gin.
What gin do you want? I'll go with the Brewdog gin.
Well, I mean, I would say Gordon's because that's what you know. But
no,
that's fine. Yeah, sure. If you want me, I can actually make a Negroni. You're right, because he has it in Diamonds and Forever. And so,
I've got that gin.
It should be a London dry. It should be a dry gin.
Chuck that out. Chuck that in.
Okay,
only for you, Queen of Pain, because we love you.
Yeah, we'll make you one of those. Negroni is such a wonderful drink. You need Campari for it. People don't like Campari because it tastes of earwax, our friend says. People really don't like Campari. It really divides people. The people who love Campari absolutely adore it, and it makes the Negroni amazing. And the best thing about it is you can make it in the glass, basically, but we won't because you want to share one, right? So
you could mix it in the mixer and
put it in the mixer.
Put it in the mixer.
Give me a thing.
There you go. There's your thing.
Okay. So yeah, so it's made in a glass.
It's a
do you want
glass.
to stick me some ice in that? If you'd be so kind?
Certainly. Straight in.
It's really simple. Straight up now. Yeah. I will make a Negroni because it's really fucking
I've
simple.
never had a Negroni.
What I like about it, we won't get that Campari bitters hit, Aperol, but the thing about making cocktails that people get annoyed about at home and at the bar is there's loads of little kind of 2 ounces of this, a quarter of an ounce of that, a bit of that. It takes ages, but the thing about the Negroni is it doesn't take ages at all. And I just put 25 ml, which is approximately just under an ounce, probably an ounce of each I've put in. It's okay, I'll just put in this. Okay. So it's 3 things. It's gin, it's sweet vermouth, not dry vermouth, which you used earlier for vodka martini, and it's Campari. Shh, Campari. Which we don't have. So we're just going to sting, and we can sling all these things in here.
Sling it. Have an ounce of each of these. Stinger again. Fuck off, spider. I get rid of the spider.
Sweet vermouth and something in diamonds are forever. You drank it in Thunderbolt.
There it is. It's on my hand. It's going up
Probably not.
Alex, I don't mean to alarm you, but the spider is upon my person.
Yeah, I'm not worried about that to make a Negroni.
I don't think it's Siegfried. I used to have a massive spider in my kitchen.
Oh yeah, what happened to that guy?
I think he just fucked off.
Sometimes, although we don't have one now, what is nice if you're making a Negroni, orange goes well. So if you're wanting to garnish, and you're a garnish person, you should be probably, then you'd want to put, I make this in the glass. I don't do this. I just make it in my glass and walk back to my computer and play World of Warcraft. But and also it hasn't had any fruit put in it, so just stir it. You stir it in the glass. I would never do this much. I would put my finger in, stir it, and go back to what I was doing.
Well, what about the cocktail, Alex?
Hey! Now we started. That's one in a row. Yeah, thank you. Actually, it probably does need.
Actually, to get off my arm.
This needs ice in the glass, by the way.
Does it?
Yeah, it's an ice. What you want is an old-fashioned glass. What you want is a chunky glass. Is a good tumbler. Is what you really want. We're not really very good in this episode on telling you exactly what ones you want. But what you really want is a solid base bottomed.
These cocktail cans still on?
Yeah. Glass. So you want those ones. That's what you want for a Negroni. You want some ice in these. And just kind of shoved in there.
Finger ice.
Like that. And then we just pour that over the top.
Jeremy, could I please have the rest of the ice from the freezer, please?
Yes. I told you we were wondering at the beginning.
We've gone all over the...
Obviously, this would be double the size because we're doing one each glass, basically. But that's how you do it. And the Negroni is so fast. Just go and buy yourself some sweet vermouth, which in England is £6. And then gin, which you've probably got, and Campari, which is £15.
It's not an expensive thing.
It isn't expensive. Ice is so quick. But the only problem with Negroni is you probably don't like Campari. Just saying.
Queen of Pain, do you like a Negroni? Is that why you asked for it? Or...
That one looks better. You have that. Oh no, that one has more ice. Have that.
And the chat is that she'd never seen one made, and is now happy to see that you're doing that.
Are you replete?
Are you replete? Are you repleting yourself?
Stop repleting yourself. Jeremy,
yeah, that's how it's made. Just make it. By the way, you wouldn't do the thing with this.
Sorry,
you just make it. You just make it
in a glass.
In a glass. You just make it in a glass if you had one like this, and fill it up with ice. Put your 3 fingers. You probably take your finger and stir it because you're yourself, and then you walk back to the task you were already doing. Be it World of Warcraft or Dungeons and Dragons.
Throwing stones at pigeons on your roof.
Has not tried, wants to try to answer your question directly.
Yeah, what I will say is Campari is a beautiful liqueur, a really nice aperitif.
Is Campari better than what we're drinking today?
Yeah. The Campari gives it a real bitters. Campari is a bitter drink. So people think it's really super bitter. And the thing about that is that somebody came around to our house one time and they said, what do you want to make as a cocktail? Do you want it bitter or do you want it sweet? Because I can make you a Campari thing. I can make you a.
Do you want a passion fruit martini like the rest of the children? We'll make you one.
Do you want? And I said, because I can make you because of a whole bottle of Campari. And the guy said, I don't really want bitters, so we steered away from Campari. But I went to a place in Belgium called Books and Booze, which sells books and booze. And the guy said, do you like Negroni? And I'm like, how did that guy do that? Because it does really split people. And he had a lovely kind of Negroni-esque substitute, which is beautiful. But if you like the Negroni, which, as I said, is Campari, sweet vermouth, and I've lost the last part of it now. Just as gin, gin. If you want to substitute the gin for bourbon, you'll make a Boulevardier.
Oh man, tell me this now.
So the Boulevardier is a Negroni, but you swap out. So from time to time, you'll have 4 things on your counter. You'll have Campari, you'll have sweet vermouth, you'll have bourbon, and you'll have gin, yes. And then you'll have whichever one. You'll have a Negroni or a Boulevardier, depending on your. It's weird. But he never drank a Boulevardier. He drank one of these. We're back on task.
I read somewhere they were talking about old fashions, and they were just saying how everyone goes with bourbon, but you can pretty much stick whatever you want in it. You can stick a tequila in it, you can stick a mezcal in it, you can stick a brandy in it, you can stick any dark liquor can go in an old fashioned, and it will make an amazing drink that you are going to love. Cheers! But this is really good.
Yeah.
In fact, this might be my favourite one that I've had tonight.
It's a fast drink to make as well. Because there's no orange in it, there's no fruit juice in it. You don't have to shake it. It's just think about how long I have to shake it for, which is not that long. But it's just really fast.
It's really nice. Producer Jez, any more comments? Or are we doing well? Are we ahead of the comment?
We're doing all right.
Cool. Thanks very much if you're joining us. I'm having a wonderful time here doing James. He did drink a Negroni.
He did.
And if you took the gin out of this and put soda in it, you'd have an Americano. So he had those as well.
Karis enjoys that I am now your ice guy.
Ice to see you.
This is the winter of your discontent.
The Iceman cometh.
You said ice to see you.
I did say ice to see you, yeah.
That was a chopper.
That was in Batman and Robin.
You might not know that. That was
the Joel Schumacher classic.
Impressions of Sylvester Stallone there.
Yeah.
The camera's back out of the freezer.
The camera's out of the freezer. Oh my god!
Is that like the cat's out of the bag?
That's what you mean. The cat's out of the bag.
The camera's out of the freezer?
Camera never lies, Jez. Let's get it started. That was never a Bond theme. Do you have a favourite Bond theme?
I do.
You're right. Cocktails of Bullshit, episode 7. One of us is holding it together. It's good to see you all. Comment away. Jez is chuckling. He's lost it. I'm the only one. I'm the only professional here.
Oh yeah. I just need to go down to the basement.
We've lost him down to the basement. They don't need to see that. No, get away from me. Stop it. What are you doing? Is that the one you like?
Yeah.
Is it?
No, nobody does it. Nobody does it better.
Carly Simon, nobody does it better. The Spy Who Loved Me. If you've got a favourite one, stick it in the comments.
She was thinking about me when she sang that.
I bloody love Nobody Does It Better. By the way, I'm telling you now, and I will probably, you guys will outlive me. Please, please, please play Nobody Does It Better at my funeral. I don't want. Like when I was doing DJing, at the end of it, I always play All Night Long by Lionel Richie. Which, please don't play that. I'm telling you now.
Not even at the end.
Not even at the end. Don't play that. As everything's closing, and I'm going in there in the coffin and the things. Please play Nobody Does It Better. It's so ostentatious.
For many years.
I swear to God. Have an argument with my dad over it. I'm telling you now. You've all heard it. Nobody Does It Better. It's amazing.
Eddie Izzard does an amazing sketch about the stand-up comedian does an amazing sketch about gold, bronze, silver, and gold funerals. Have you heard this?
No.
He says for the bronze funeral, we just sort of drag your body down the road, throw it in the ground, fill you in, job done. Silver one, we take you down the road. We have several beautiful women at the side of your grave crying, mopping the tears from their eyes as they put you in, and then they fill you in. He goes, and the gold one is we slowly lower you into the ground with the rope, and then catapult you out into a tree. That's the gold. That's what I was thinking of.
I always thought that I would want something like it's the end of the world as we know it at my funeral. Actually, maybe or losing my religion. My dad weren't like that. My dad still thinks I can be Pope, so.
I think he could be Pope.
I think I've missed my opportunity.
I think he should be Bishop.
You have to on the way, you know. So, what's you like?
Nobody Does It Better, and I also like Goldfinger.
Who had an hour?
He's the man with the Midas touch.
That's my nipple.
I know, a spider's touch. I love Goldfinger.
I was talking to a good friend of ours, Richard Plummer, who said, "What are you doing?" And I said, "We're doing a whole Bond-themed show." I said, "How long until Captain Brilliant sings Goldfinger?" I said, "You make a very good
3
point."
cocktails in, ladies and gents. 3 cocktails in. He's at the 3 cocktails.
I mean, Goldfinger's the most classic theme there is, right?
But don't get me wrong, Shirley Bassey is the heavyweight in this area. Diamonds Are Forever.
Diamonds are forever. I mean, obviously, I love All Time High. We've already said that.
But
What was
she
Moonraker? What was the Moonraker? Was it when the Moonraker did?
It's forgettable.
I don't know. It is forgettable, isn't it? Shit, I love Moonraker.
But she says one of the things that she says in Diamonds Are Forever is like, diamonds are forever, unlike men. Men wrap them around my finger, unlike men.
Diamonds linger.
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 And I'm going to tell you right now, I did something in the lift at work the other day, and it lingered.
Were you chuffed to bits?
It goes on and on. And that was Diamonds and forever. And that was it. That's what I sang. They look
Right idea, Bond.
Wrong pussy.
Wrong pussy. He says that. So he's a. Sorry, we're talking about what's that? What's that?
That is Diamonds Are Forever, and the actor's name
Forever.
is escaped me now. He's done lots of things. He was
The guy who plays Blofeld.
yes,
Because the plot of Diamonds Are Forever is Blofeld has created a version of himself.
yes.
And Bond turns up, sees Blofeld, shoots him in the head. And by the way, and he's the clone Blofeld. So he's the fake Blofeld. And the fake Blofeld gets shot in the head, it shoots him there, and he gets shot, and he goes, "Oh! Ah!" And then falls over. Like, in any way anyone who's shot in the head would ever move like that, you'd just fall over.
He doesn't even shoot him with a gun, though. He shoots him in like a grappling gun, like the grappling hook out of a gun.
Does he? I think
He only has one shot. He just shoots him in the head.
Yeah.
And the cat looks at him and goes, nah, and goes over to the other guy, and he says, right idea, Bond. Wrong pussy.
And then Bond says, wrong pussy.
Wrong
pussy.
Wrong pussy.
Wrong pussy. Of course, Sean Connery says wrong pussy.
He kills a guy, he kills another guy.
Right idea, Bond. Wrong pussy.
And he, at the beginning of the film, he shoots another guy that's going to look like him, who's coated in mud.
He would have been, what does he say? He would have been,
right eye, he says,
he would have been
playing
in.
with mud, playing with mud pies, double M's heaven.
It would have been me if you'd have given a poor fellow a chance.
Chap a chance. It'd look like me in a few days if you give the poor chap a chance.
Man, Diamonds Are Forever.
It's a fucked up film.
I think that's his
He
last
goes
one.
to Dover.
After that, it's all Roger Moore after that. It's all Live and Let Die.
Captain Brilliant, can we get a shout out for Magic Mike 030 who's joined the stream?
Magic Mike, you're the fucking shit, bud. I've been seeing you on some other streams. You've been pinging comments to me. Fucking love you, dude. Great work. We're a little ways in. It's 20 past 6. We're just going to keep going?
Yeah, let's do it. I'm fine with that.
Who's
Magic Mike? I love his name.
Magic Mike is a guy on a bunch of other streams that I watch. I've seen him on Queen of Pain and also on Sheriff Banana's stream.
Man, these guys sound like amazing.
I might have seen you somewhere else, Magic Mike. You tell me. But it's great that you're here. This is my bar at my house. I fucking love this bar.
This is the Beacon Bar.
This is the Beacon Bar. We accept no Blocktopus here. We only accept
Acceptatrons.
Acceptatrons.
Yeah, you can't block. You have to accept.
So if I ask you something, hey, Alex.
Yes.
How you doing?
I'm great.
I love your bright pink shirt.
Thank you very much. I love it too.
It's great, isn't it? What do you think of my t-shirt?
I think it's beautiful, and I'm going to touch your nipple.
Okay, love it. No, look.
I'm not going to do this all.
Just do it.
Do you want to make it? Have you got something you want to make?
I've got so many cocktails.
I'm going to dozy-do with you. Do you want to swap out?
Here we are. Right.
That was actually on the thing. That wasn't us out of our voices.
That is the noise we make when we move. Off the top of my head. So I've got 2 cocktails left, and the next cocktail's a piece of piss.
Now we made a rogue Negroni.
Negroni. Yes, this one is easy. This one is called a Black Velvet. This is the first cocktail I've made that actually stars in one of the books, one of the films.
We should have learned what they were.
This is from Diamonds Are Forever.
Oh, okay,
the
great.
book. And I think it's Saint
What
Pierre.
a space we could have written things down for notes for ourselves.
No, look,
Look at all this stuff.
Look here, look, I wrote that earlier. Open
yeah.
bottle here.
Yeah, good.
So this one's dead easy. It's 1 for 1 in a ratio of 1 for 1. You want a bottle of Guinness, and you want the rest of the champagne that we didn't drink earlier, which is there.
Wow, Guinness and champagne?
Yeah.
Are you fucking kidding me?
I'm not kidding you.
People in America might not know what Guinness is.
So Guinness is you might want to shield yourself because this always explodes shit. So
don't worry, I'm fine. Good work, by the way.
no worries. I'll take it.
Guinness is a stout that's made in Ireland.
Yeah. So Guinness is a stout, and champagne is made in the Champagne district of France.
Yes, there's a Champagne region of France.
So we're literally.
This is not from there, by the way.
This is from Sainsbury's. Or
This is from a local supermarket. The thing about it is there's sparkling wine all across France, but only the stuff that's in the Champagne region is from Champagne.
Guinness, which is a wonderful.
Bloody hate Guinness. I tell you what.
Do you really?
I once went on a pub crawl where you go from pub to pub or bar to bar to bar to bar, and you have a drink in every one. And I had to have Guinness in one. And we did a thing called pub golf.
Nice. Was I there?
Yeah, you were.
Excellent.
This was Patrick's stag do.
He was so.
So what happens is you have to drink your drink in a certain amount of shots, like golf. Like in golf, you have to get your golf ball down in 3.
It has to be par.
So you have to have a par 3, par 4, par whatever. And pub golf is where you drink your drink in a certain amount of drinks, a certain amount of gulps. So you say a par 3, you need to get your pint down in 3. So that's pub golf. Bar golf. I don't think you have pubs in America. So I had to do Guinness, and so you go to different bars. There's normally in golf is 18 holes. Okay, you can do an out of 9. So you do 9 holes. You pick 9 bars. You designate in advance what drinks you'll drink, and we got to one of them, and it was Guinness, and I'm like, fuck this, you know.
Right.
But I'm so interested in this. Now this is called the Black Velvet.
This is the Black Velvet.
Black Velvet.
So basically,
bit of a Atlanta Miles there.
In Diamonds Are Forever, he goes with that ginger bit that he picks up in Diamonds Are Forever. Somebody, Saint Pierre, is the actress in real life. Do
you know? I
researched this, did a lot of research, and they have a Bond goes in and goes, best have a pint, and he has a pint of stout and champagne, Black Velvet. So let's see what it tastes like.
That guy, man. Do you know what? That's all right.
Pretty good.
I'll tell you what the best bit about this is the champagne. Yeah,
you can really taste the champagne.
Captain Sora says that Guinness pour deserves a life sentence without parole.
Is he a guy that worked behind a bar? Because there is a way to do it.
I don't think he has, but I did point out that
sadly I have.
Teach the captain how to pour a Guinness later.
There is a way to pour a Guinness.
Oh, you have to pour it and then settle it, then you have to pour it again.
That's how you do it in a bar. You pour the first bit and then you let it.
You're a slanty guy.
Listen, echoing the guy from How to Drink. If the drink you want is in the glass, you've done it right.
That's
mate, I'm down with
drinkable.
It is drinkable. Black velvet in a little boy's smile. Black velvet in a cold southern.
You're such a Roman
style.
Atlanta
Miles.
I would say that is nice. Here's the thing. On that, I won that pub golf competition. I've still got the trophy upstairs.
You have the trophy, yeah.
I've got it.
My brother went on a stag do. Given we have American viewers, a bachelor party. Yes. And we went to 9 different pubs, 9 different bars, and had a drink in every one. We had to drink them in a certain amount, like I said. And obviously, if you could drink every drink in one, your score would be 9 because it's 1 for each drink. But if you take more than 1 gulp,
that's 2.
That's 1.
I think I did it in
that's
10.
2. I think you did it in 10 or 11.
I think I did it in 10, maybe 11. I'm not sure.
You were good. You and another friend were tied about
Big Matt, me and Big Matt.
Happy times. We should do that again. So if you ever want an idea for a drinking idea,
some fuckers do it. Some fuckers do it 18 holes.
18? No. Do 9.
You savages!
Do 9.
18 pints. That's 36 units of alcohol. You're gonna kill yourself. I also like to put pegs on people. Have you ever put pegs on people? Look at me when I'm talking to you. Don't pretend you can't hear me.
Yeah.
I like to get drunk and secretly put pegs on people when they're not looking. If you can put a peg on a person...
He means pegs, washing pegs.
Waschenklappen, as
the Germans say.
you've got to get a peg, like a plastic peg, and you're in a pub, or you're in a bar, and how do I know?
It's a kind of you get a bit, somebody's kind of trailing thing.
You just put a peg on them.
And when they're not looking.
And you put a peg on them. And if you can peg someone, can I give you one bit of advice? So don't go on the internet and type pegging. That's a different thing. You don't want to do that.
No.
I discovered when I said to my mum, this is what I did at the weekend.
And she looked it up.
And she went pegging. And she's like, you're a sick bastard.
But she's now into it.
So, but as it turns out, my dad loves it. So we're all good.
While he's watching the Grand Prix. Not now, Susan.
Not now, Susan.
I'm being pegged.
Oh, stop it. Stop it.
it.
I'm not a piece of meat.
We got 50 more laps to go. I don't understand any of this.
I once got 36 pegs on a man without him noticing. It was like Godzilla's tail dragging on the floor behind him. He had no idea. It's wonderful.
Here we are on Cocktails and Bullshit, episode 7, the James Bond edition. If you just joined us, we've drunk quite a lot by now. We're doing okay. We did the terrible Japanese cocktail and a vodka martini. We did a stinger, a Negroni. We've done this one, Black Velvet, in the words of Alana Miles. And I think you did a Breakfast Royale as well. So
Breakfast Royale was really good. I'm going to say to you right now, the Breakfast Royale and the Sazerac are both up there.
Negroni.
I
made the Sazerac, yeah.
Yeah, the Sazerac was nice, don't get me wrong, but the Negroni was better. And the Breakfast Royale was great.
Yeah, it was. It was.
But, like, it's
got Can I give you some credit?
Yes.
Several times today, you have given us the episode number of this show. Not once have you cocked it up.
Oh my God! Yes, what you should know is that I never know which number we're on. But I think that we've done. If you had a chance to see this, maybe you had a chance to see the wonderful preview to a spill where we did a wonderful, stupid.
I don't know if you could
video
play that again now.
But probably not.
Give me a moment.
We'll play that for you if you want to watch that.
It is truly, I think, one of the
when we're ready. But like, if you saw that, then you get an idea. So that's why I remember it, because
it's a genius piece of filmmaking. Said Barry Norman
on
the
Velvet. Do you know there's an English show? I don't think it's on anymore. There's an English TV program called Stars in Their Eyes. Now I don't know if anyone's ever seen Stars in Their Eyes. And what happens is a regular person pretends to be a famous singer. Right, and they come out and they look like they're looking, and then what they do is they go back in through the smoke, and they come out and they're all made up like Cher or whatever, right? And so there's a bit of a discussion, and the audience have to guess who they're going to be, and they're like, so a woman comes out and she's like telling you like, a big guy comes out and he looks like Meatloaf, and he goes, I'm going to be Meatloaf tonight. I'm going to be Meatloaf, and he wanders off and he comes back and out and he comes and does Paradise by the Dashboard Light. And it's a fun show. And this woman came out, and you've got to guess. That's the fun thing. And this woman said she had long hair, and it's all straggly. She looked very 90s. And she said, okay, tell us a little bit about it. It's like, well, she's a woman. She's a very popular female artist. She lives in Canada. And I'm like, it's Alanis Morissette. She looks like Alanis Morissette. She's Alanis Morissette. You know, she's very popular. She had one amazing album. And this guy, and woman comes out, she says, who are you going to be tonight? She goes, I'm going to be Alanis. And I was like, Alanis Morissette. Alana Miles. Alana Miles tonight. And she walks up, comes back. She's like, Black Velvet. I'm like, son of a bitch.
Walking through your curveball.
Honestly. I was around everyone in the house. I was like, Alanis Morissette. Alanis Morissette.
Oh, man. Do you know that album?
One hand in my pocket. What, Jagged Little Pill?
Jagged Little Pill. When I was at university so many moons ago, everyone had that fucking album. It got played.
It's a perfect album.
I can listen to every single track on that album.
I bloody love that album.
And then there was a point where I hit saturation point.
What?
And then after like 10 years or something like that. And I gave it a rest for a bit, 6 months. And then I heard it again. I'm like, oh, where did you go? Where did you go? You're back again. Oh my goodness.
We're going to show you, if you missed the opportunity to see the wonderful thing, which was filmed right here and outside, what we tried to get to drag you into this.
Yes.
This was the film we put on.
It's very professional.
And it's fun to say, roll VT.
Place your initial bets, please, gentlemen.
You get nothing for a pair, not in this game. Unless A pair is better than what I've got, of course, in which case you might.
Cautious bet, Mr. Bond. Is this a trap? All bets are equal. The river.
Your mother asked me to Texas Hold'em last night. Poker last night. That would have been better. Can we? I'll just pretend that you know what I meant.
No, Mr. Bond. My mother was a saint. Okay, all bets in. And finally, time for the river card.
You know what? I'm gonna go all in. Just like I did to your mother last night.
Well, Mr. Bond, we'll see who's going all into who when the cards are revealed.
It's whom?
Joker. And the password to my wireless router, Mr. Bond.
Mr. Grumpus and the broadsword.
What the fuck? Are you two pissed?
Well, what
I mean,
can you say?
I even changed my clothes to wear the other outfit I wear, so that you wouldn't just see me in the thing that I was wearing.
Me too. I had this. I was like, oh shit, I'm still wearing the same
Shit, I'm wearing the
t-shirt
same
from
stuff. I hope we
Wednesday.
enjoyed that. We enjoyed making it on that table. This
Yeah.
everything's done here. It's just us.
It's all done in this kitchen, except for the gun barrel toilet roll gun
By the
barrel.
way, you used the one where I just went. Because, by the way, before I did the gun barrel shoot, Captain Brilliant had watched every gun barrel shoot in Bond.
Every intro to all 18 or 19 films, whatever it is, I watched the lot to see. And
What
I was
did
like,
you say to me?
I said, Sean Connery goes down on one knee like this. And I was like, and then Pierce Brosnan's really sharp. And honestly, like, I like Daniel Craig, but he looks like he doesn't give a fuck. He just sort of goes, yeah, like that. I'm like, he's so shit. Like, Pierce Brosnan is really snappy. But
George Lazenby
looks like he phoned it in. Like,
he does not want to be there.
He's like, this guy that is in commercials. What's your job? I'm in commercials. I'm giving you a chance to be in a Bond film. And he's like,
all right.
What am I going to do?
Well, you're going to walk along a bit, George Lazenby, and then you're going to shoot there.
And you were saying, like, Sean Connery kneels down,
Kneels down.
Pow! One hand up in the air.
Does Roger Moore hold?
Roger Moore looks really tight, actually. He sort of turns, bends his knee like that, and he snaps his hand up,
double hand.
like that.
My one, as you'll see in that video, I walk along and my left arm goes out and I go like this, like.
We did 3 or 4 shoots with that, and one of them we did it with grenadine, and we were going to try and tip grenadine
over the top
to make it look like blood. And it just went all
Honestly,
over the
it
camera.
just has a picture of me go like that, and then this thing just goes
red. And you're like, oh, this isn't the gentle dribbling of blood that we were.
The blood we were hoping. It's not like when you lose in N64 game GoldenEye.
It looks like something's just gone like that, like in your face. Oh! Dead. But it was a lot of fun. It was 40 minutes of filming time in total for all of us, and then 3 hours of me editing
the shit out of
shit.
it. Let's make another one, not for Bond.
Yeah, tomorrow. Let's do it tomorrow. Fuck
No,
it. Time's cheap. Time's cheap. Costs nothing.
Captain Sora says, there's suave, and then there's lazy.
Yeah, there is.
I think you were both suave and action-based, and
I reckon there should be a whole film with me in it. I think we should expand.
Well,
we should expand that one.
I think we should make a film.
Yeah, we'll do
I
it.
think we should make a film.
I think it should be a comedy film as well.
I think it should be a
Also
comedy.
on YouTube, Eddie Stone It's who?
It's who. When I was watching you, when I was filming you, and I was like, do I say this?
To give you some sort of idea into how our production process. We didn't have a storyboard, we didn't have a script. So I had a vague concept in my head about how this would go, and I said, we'll just do it like this. And I said to Jeremy, just draw some fucking cards. Draw some fucking cards. And you said, I used to deal cards for a living.
Yes.
I said, right, fuck that, fuck what I've said, fucking just say what you said.
Say what you said.
Say what you said, make it real.
You're like Scorsese.
But sexy.
I didn't say that.
Pop a ball out like this. And Jeremy's like, no, we're not. Wasp's coming. Fuck off, Wasp.
But get my wasp thing. Go in the wasp thing that I made.
It doesn't work for you.
Fuck you.
Get away from the black velvet, you.
I'm going to spray you with absinthe in a
You
minute.
vespid son of a bitch.
Black velvet.
And we did that, and then you did your bit. And when I said, we'll see who goes into who, Mr. Bond. And you were like, it's whom, actually. Like,
and I spend my time like not correcting people, but it's like, it's whom.
Nobody enjoys a Nazi grammar, but that was funny. That was very funny.
Oh man, there's a wasp in here now. How do we get it out? It's like a wasp in a classroom. I remember being in a history class one time.
Okay,
the wasp distracted fucking
there,
literally everyone. Have you got any raid or something? Can we spray the butane refill on it?
I'll get the butane torch out. That'll
That's
make
a good
it
idea.
shit.
You're here with us on Cocktails and Bullshit, episode 7. And we're going to make another cocktail. It sounds like
your turn.
I know, but I just didn't make one. I know you made this. Right, so we're going to make the Wasp 5000.
I drank a wasp once, you know.
I think we should.
That was a stinger.
Yeah, do you want to?
Does that need a wash?
Give it a rinse. We're going to make the Sazerac. The problem with the Sazerac is that I don't think we have half the shit for it. Basically, we need patience. Now, the Sazerac is a New Orleans cocktail, the Big Easy. So, if you want to guess which Bond movie this is in,
hang on. Moonraker.
Moonraker, yeah, they make it in space and it just floats away. And everyone's trying to drink it like this and then they die.
On an old time.
That man, he's Jaws. He kills people for a living. Yeah. Well.
Fuck off, Wasp.
Well, fuck off, Wasp. It's right behind you, by the way.
I'm going to kill it.
Fuck me, he did! That wasp just walked up, turned around, and got fucking smacked. Fuck, he's picking it up. Don't pick it up.
I don't want to stand on it. I've got no shoes on. Fuck off into the garden, you vested prick.
With the pigeon shit.
The best bit martini. We put a wasp in it. 60
Give it a
mil
stir,
of wasps. Give it a stir.
In the ghost of a whisper of wasp upon it.
And yeah, that's how you make a best bit martini.
Even a fucking skid mark on
So we're going to make a Sazerac, which there's various aspects of the Sazerac. People thought, various people made it. Big New Orleans drink, so it appears in Live and Let Die. Okay, so the Sazerac originally was brandy, but we're going to use it converted. It became the Merca, so it's now rye whiskey, which is, you need to get it over here.
Yes.
So what we want to do, what you often see with this is you put a sugar cube in it. We're going to put sugar cube and Peychaud's bitters. So we're going to use, now what are you going to do for your sugar?
So you've got two choices. You've got the original bitters that I use, which you weren't entirely sure of.
Let me smell them.
We've got this bitters.
Not so bad. Maybe it's just short.
I just don't think it was the brandy combo.
Yeah, okay, we're going to use them. Okay, fine. We want 7 ml of that. So in order to make the Sazerac, you can put a sugar cube, because originally people
like
put
some
sugar. Yes. No, we'll do that in a minute.
Yep, sure.
Put these in first. So originally you put sugar and you like stamp it down, you muddle it, but we're not going to do that.
It takes a long time to do that. You want to use sugar syrup because it goes straight.
Yeah. Okay. So let's just put some of that in, and then if we've got any sugar syrup,
yes, you do. You want the. It's there. It's by you.
That's right next to me. This is a glass.
This is a glass.
That's 7 ml.
So this is double strength. So you want to half it?
No, whatever.
Or not? You choose.
Oh, there we are. 60 ml of rye. Oh, I need that.
You need that. You want some ice?
I do want some ice now, yeah.
Do you want me to bring that across?
Rye whiskey. So we're using rye. Those good old boys are drinking whiskey and rye.
Never meaning no harm.
We are on different songs. So, okay. And then we're going to stir that because, like I say, there's no fruit in it, so we're stirring that shit. It's all he never saw, in trouble with the law since the day they were born. Making their way the only way they know how. It has nothing to do with the Dukes of Hazzard. That's just a little bit more than the law would allow. If you sing the entire theme tune to the Dukes of Hazzard, that's enough amount of time for the ice to kind of chill the drink.
I don't remember that Bond movie.
If you watch Live and Let Die, it's Sheriff
Roscoe P. Coltrane.
He's in that film. That's the link.
He is in that.
That's the link.
That's the link. The link is there. Now, what we normally do is we would chill our 2 glasses. We chill them with ice and water. Yes, we would do that. We haven't done that. Do we want to do that or do we care? No, let's not bother. So what we would do is the thing about Sazerac. So what we've got is our Peychaud bitters. We don't have that. We don't actually.
Because we got failed on so many levels.
A bit of a sugar cube or simple syrup if you've got it. And then we're going to put 60 ml. That's 2 ounces of rye whiskey in there, rye bourbon. Ice, stirry. But then what we want is we want some absinthe. Now, what you really want is to put some absinthe in your glass. I don't know which camera I'm on now, but like put the absinthe in the glass. You normally roll it around the glass, so your absinthe coats it.
Oh, hello.
You roll your absinthe.
Roll it around.
And you get rid of the fucking rest of the absinthe. But what we're going to do is we're going to spritz it. Oh no, wait, hold on. Don't worry, I failed on anyway. So long. Let's kind of put the. Doesn't feel like it's coming out.
It is.
Oh, there we are. Perfect. Let's put one in your one. I just put it on the wrong bit, that's all. That's just a little bit more than the law would allow. Just the good old boys wouldn't change if they could. Fighting the system like a true modern day Robin Hood. And that is a Sazerac. Why have the bigger one?
I'll have the bigger one, thank you.
And so you should, with the spritz of this, with this as a spritz, you should get the hit of it without too much of it.
I should say as well that that particular spritzer I purchased here in Kent in Folkestone from a lovely shop called Moda. To the people that are watching from overseas, this means fuck all to you, but
the people that are local love it.
They love it, and they're lovely people. They are. Cheers, big ear.
So we've got rye whiskey in that. That's just like a where they've obviously made the bourbon with their mash. Higher in the mash with the rye rather than all the other aspects of their kind of.
It's drier, it's spicier, it's less sweet.
We've got the spritz of absinthe, the Peychaud's bitters, which we didn't have, and we had the simple syrup. Now, the Sazerac. This is the Big Easy, New Orleans. There's Mardi Gras. This is Bourbon Street.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's good. That is good.
Wow, I'm down with that. Quite heavily bourbon.
It's strong.
They used to make this with cognac. You can replace it, 60 ml of cognac. But I think the rye whiskey. That's pretty boozy. We're in trouble now.
My hand's going in your pocket.
One hand in my pocket, a lot of miles.
I know who she's going to be.
A lot of miles. You owe me £10, said my mum.
Oh my God. I got dick.
Just two good old boys.
Oh man.
Oh, those Duke boys are going to learn how to fly.
It's been a long time since there's been a good old fashioned watch fight in wherever they live.
Hazard County.
In Hazard County.
If you've just joined us,
this is Bond / Dukes of Hazzard.
This is the Dukes of Hazzard.
Welcome to Genre Mix-Up Night on Cocktails and Bullshite.
We've had about 7 cocktails by now.
The way it goes.
I've done all mine. I've done a Stinger. I've done a Sazerac.
I've got one more.
Did a vodka martini, the most popular of all of Bond's cocktails that he's ever had. Shaken not skirt. I also dropped in a Negroni because I was kindly asked to. You did a Japanese cocktail,
which fell flat.
For me, but not for you. You did a breakfast royale, you did, and you also did something else, which I've got. Oh, the blue black velvet, which is probably you've seen that. That's where we are. I love it, actually.
Hey, Magic Mike, if you're still watching, I was going to make a banana cocktail for Sheriff Bananas, but she's not showed up yet, I don't think.
Oh, boy.
Oh.
That is the good shit.
That's the stinger. That is.
Whoa, mama.
Whoa. So he drinks this and Live and Let Die.
He does. When you were young and your heart was an open book. That's what they say.
Man, I get more singy when I get more drunk. I've got to say.
I was already pretty singy.
You are very singy. I'm not very singy, but I think I work better in a group. Like I've got a low. Like I can't sing high. I can sing low. When we used to get drunk in Canterbury, do the barbershop quartet. I was very much the lower.
Remember when we went out one night? I think it was New Year's Eve. You got drunk and sang Goldfinger.
We also sang "Kiss from a Rose."
Yeah, what a tune!
And I sung it on the underground. I jumped off my seat and sung it very loud. There was a girl in the train, and she was like, oh, "She's really cute. I'd like to get her eye." And she had her earphones in, and I was clowning about as I am wont, and it was not working. So as me and Richard were singing "Kiss from a Rose," and then I just jumped up and did "Baby, Baby," and from that point on, she smiled and looked my way, and then
the rest is history.
It's history.
Now you're married.
I'm married, and she's out tonight.
Yeah, we're going to go and see her.
And quite frankly, cannot stand to be near her.
Yeah, that's why we're here.
Honestly, she comes in on a night. She gingerly
terrible woman,
strokes my cheek, and I just say, "Get away from me!
High maintenance.
Get away from me!
High maintenance.
Awful.
Yeah.
Venomous Harridan.
Likes Pink Floyd. Don't understand.
You look beautiful on a train.
Prog rock.
In daylight.
Really weird.
Grim. Howler.
She inspired Anne Rice's Queen of the Damned. Do you know that? It's weird. It was unlike.
I know you told me that before.
Strange, really. And I said, don't get
now that I remember.
So strange. She had the same Converse as me. I was standing there. I had the same shoes as her.
It was like you wore Vans.
It's weird. Well, that now I do, but at the time, it's really strange. So, yeah, how are we doing?
We're doing good.
Good.
You're damn good.
Yes, I'm good. I've got 2 drinks on the go.
How are we doing, producer?
This is normally what happens.
We're doing good. Magic Mike is indeed still here.
Very good to see you.
And Captain Sorrow said, Captain Baritone.
Not
Maybe. I'm more of a tenor, my friend. But
Gold finger.
Go.
That's how you go low.
Go.
Go low. You sing.
Finger.
Oh, what a beautiful morning.
Oh, what a beautiful morning. Well, this has gone. It's got an Oklahoma now.
I know, but we're beyond it. I think we're beyond Bond.
Sorry, in the fringe and top.
Beyond
No, we've got to get back to Bond.
Back to Bond.
Back to Bond. Get back to Bond. Stay on task.
Did you know that the first Bond film, or Dr. No, was a B movie?
Was it? Well, it is. I think Dr. No is shit. I watched.
You need to get off the fence. Stop sugarcoating it. Say what
Dr. No, right?
Oh.
I think Dr. No is quite a short film as well, and I really don't think anything really happens.
I've got to say, unless you're a, I remember I was with my grandmother once, and Dr. No came on, and she said, "You know, I'm really not in the mood for this. It's not a great film."
Do you know what? He's there, and Bo Derek comes in from the sea, and she goes, "Are you collecting seashells?" I'm like, "No, he's not collecting seashells. Do you think he's collecting seashells? He hasn't got seashells in his hand."
He said that 10 times. But she comes up the beach, and Sean Connery's hair is fucked. It's all stuck up on one side. And she goes, "Are you collecting seashells?" He goes, "Good evening." And she goes, "Are you collecting?" And his hair's fucked up, and he cuts to her, and she goes, "Whatever." And he cuts back to him, and somebody's going, "Oh, fuck, Bond's hair."
Bond's hair shit.
Fucking sorts his hair out. And then it cuts back, and he's going, immaculate, and you're like, "Hey, hang on a minute.
I'll collect your
You
seashell.
should have either.
With my penis. And by seashell, I mean pussy.
Galore.
Galore. That's a later film, but I'll say it anyway.
But it'll make sense shortly. Oh man. It's just like Bond cannot look good. At the end of the film, they get saved. They're in a lifeboat. They get saved, and they're being pulled along, and he's like unties the rope. He unties the rope, so they're like, "Don't worry, Bond, we've got you." And he's like, "Cheers," unties the rope, pulls a tarp over the top, and then smashes her into the bottom of the boat. But it's like, I know I get it. You're a sexy guy. You really like the sex. You're a sexy fucker. But would you put your life in danger for this? You said, "You know we're going to do it in the boat. Yeah, we'll be back home soon. We'll get a hotel. Yeah, no, I can't wait that long.
No.
Just untie the rope, smash it to pieces now." There we go.
How are we doing, producer Jeremy, for time?
We are We've just hit the 2-hour mark.
Do you know what? I think that feels like 2 hours from 5 to 7 is about the time when everyone will go out, and I think we've covered all our cocktails we were going to make.
I got one more to make.
Do you want to make it?
I'm desperate to make it.
Well,
Shall I make it?
Let me get it. Yeah.
Okay.
We're going to make one more cocktail, but I think that's probably going to be us for today.
Yes, yes.
What are you going to make for us? And is it a legit actual cocktail?
It's going to blow your fucking mind. Are you ready for this?
Yes.
I'm going to make a banana Alexander.
That's my name.
Yes,
Not
because it was
banana.
your birthday this week.
It was my birthday.
And Bon drank brandy Alexanders in one of the short stories that I learnt earlier, but now that I've had a few drinks, my memory is amiss. So, and it's basically the short story that formed a big part of Your Eyes Only. Basically, he walks around Italy looking for his contact. Instead of having a newspaper, a man with one red shoe, or a man with a yellow flower, he has to look for a guy that's drinking a very specific cocktail that's been altered in a very specific way.
I see.
It's a brandy Alexander that's been changed to an Alexandria cocktail.
Man, that's specific.
And I specifically said I'd make a banana Alexander because there was another person on here who loves bananas who I was going to make it for.
That's a great. So you made a whole new thing. So talk us through this.
So it's a banana Alexander. Your name's Alexander. It's your birthday. Sheriff Bananas was going to see this, and we're going to do this thing, and that's the thing, and that's all the thing. So, Jeremy, could you do me a massive favour? I would normally have everything I need here. That's a lie because I'm massively disorganised, but I had to put the double cream in the fridge because it's so fucking hot it'll go off.
It's getting hot in here.
So Jeremy's going to pass me the cream. Pass me your cream, Jeremy.
Counted into a thing.
So that's that. So that's the cream.
For lots of happy birthday messages in the chat.
Oh,
hey!
That's for me, right?
No.
Oh.
Oh no!
Son of a bitch. Thank you very much. It was my birthday. I'm 34 years old. What do you want me to?
21 today.
He's got the key to the door.
Never been 21 before. So this
Bloody
one's
hate
dead easy.
Which one is mine?
Whatever you want, and that one is yours too. So we're gonna go with
Black Bunny, white spot.
Have you moved the brandy, you son of a bitch?
In fairness,
You did have it.
I have not. I handed it back to you.
Yes, and I put it here. Here.
In fairness, Alana Miles is very good, but I couldn't name another song. Can you name another Alana Miles song? No, you can't.
Yes.
Don't Google it. I'm just saying you can't name another Alana Miles song.
I'm gonna do it right now.
Queen
So-
of Pain says 3 sheets to the wind, but I think she might be talking about something.
I hope that's an Alana Miles song.
I don't think.
Sheets to the
Honestly,
wind.
the effort to you responding to that right now says it's not. Do you know? So with this crazy, crazy drink, we're gonna go with just off the top of my head. Yes, we're gonna go with 1.5 ounces of 45 mils of brandy.
Brandy. Lower, 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 lower into the picture. We should have put the camera up higher. Yeah! Because we don't know what we're doing.
It's almost like this isn't
This is
professional.
how we do it.
And we're gonna go with an ounce of this is banana liqueur. This is Kuipers or Coopers.
Quakers, yeah.
Banana liqueur. We're gonna an ounce.
That's good.
30 mils of this cheeky monkey.
So good Dutch.
In it goes. Is it Dutch?
Yeah.
Fuck me. No, don't. Then we're going to go ounce of double cream or
30 mil.
heavy cream if you're American. We're going to go 30 mils or 1 ounce of that. And you're going to ice up that big tin for me, please, my
You're
good
a big
man.
tin, yeah. Sure.
That's my big tin. Dee. Yeah, that'll be fine, thank you. Love you. So we're going to try and get all that in there. Then we're going to shake this up.
Shake, Sonora. Shake your body line.
Shake, Sonora. Shake it all the time. Work, Sonora.
Oh. My girl's name is Sonora. I'll tell your friends I adore her. When she dances, oh brother. Do you want me to get rid of that, or do you want to drink
your
it?
one?
That's mine. I don't know. We've lost it now. Maybe we're beyond that. Jump in the line.
Get your body on time. Okay, I believe you.
I know where we've gone. We've gone to the end of Beetlejuice. Jump in the line. Rock your money on time.
Here we go.
Go, Johnny, go.
It's a good game.
Cheers.
And we'll just
This is for the last time. So our names are correct.
Magic Mike asks, Wie is Nederland?
Yes, then are you dropping some? Are you actually dropping some Dutch on me? Oh my God! No, don't do that. This made me try and do Flemish.
Well, you've got a better chance than all of us.
Yeah, I know that's right because my girlfriend is from Belgium,
And there's some
we have some very personal things that we say together. I hope she's not watching this.
Is it? What would you like for breakfast?
It isn't. I don't think
an egg.
all things of. Do you know what? Do you know what? The other day she was had an egg, and I know she's from the Dutch speaking, the Flemish speaking part of Belgium, and not the French part. But she said I only want one egg, and I said, well, one egg is enough. And she was like, and I was like,
stop humouring me.
And I said, did you like that? The one egg isn't. Are you laughing at the one egg is enough? Like enough? She was like, yeah, that's really good. And I was like, wow, I thought everyone hated that joke.
I'll tell you what I don't hate.
But ik spreek een beetje Nederlands, but unfortunately not probably enough to satisfy anyone that actually speaks it.
I like this cocktail.
I like big butts and I cannot lie.
I like water butts.
Now, I'm a fan of that. It's probably banana. This is a nice one to end in.
This is nice. It's calm. It's serene. It's banana-y. It's bananas.
Happy days.
Wow.
Well, that's a good one to end on. He never drank a banana, Alexander, but if he did...
He looked for another guy that was drinking a brandy, Alexander.
Harris wants to know if it has good mouthfeel.
Man, that's good. What do we actually call it when we weren't calling it that?
Gob texture.
Gob texture, yeah.
I
but let me taste it. Let me taste it again.
What's the mouth? I can't say it.
It's cold. It's a cold mouthfeel. It's a cold mouthfeel, Keris.
Right, you don't know this. Some of you people have never seen this show before, but the concept of a cocktail, it always has. Can you say it? I can't say it.
A mouthfeel.
I hate
feels
that.
like something in the mouth. But Captain Brilliant doesn't like the word mouthfeel. He thinks it's cringy and bullshit.
Yes, I hate it.
And he bloody hates it.
I fucking hate it. It also sounds.
So we came up with a new word, which is gob texture, because your gob is your mouth.
Yes.
In England, anyway.
The texture is how it feels.
The texture is
Because
a word the world over.
The other version of it sounds like a sexual offence.
Mouthfeel. Black velvet on that little boy's smile.
Oh, look, you finished. There you go. There's your other one.
No, don't do this to me.
Come on.
Black velvet in this cold southern style.
Listen, folks, type up, send us your stuff, and we'll answer all your comments. It's lovely to have you here. I love making cocktails for you. I love being in my bar in my kitchen. This bar that was a fucking gift at Christmas, and it's somehow
made out of pallets and shit.
Made out of pallets. Has somehow, like Megatron, taken over. It's just a thing.
Become Ultra Magnus, ultimately.
Rodimus Prime, and just taken over my kitchen.
Well, that's a Transformers reference. So, I think we're coming to an end, would you say?
I think so too. I don't know what folks say. If anybody's got any further questions, please ask them now. For your time is short!
But thanks so much for watching us. You took your time out of your day to stay with this bullshit. And it was bullshit in the end.
I need to throw the hat at you and see if it kills you.
Oh, down, out, bam. You can do that at the end and he can cut out.
Yeah, we'll do that. I'll get the hat.
Thanks very much. If you want to follow me on Facebook, you can find me on Alex Borton.
And
also,
also,
keep watching this fucking shit. We'll do another one in 2 weeks' time, which won't be Bond related.
It won't be Bond related. It will be cocktail related. And
we'll be right here again.
We'll probably do some sort of something else,
another promo, another
else. You'll see what we're doing. But
if you want a specific cocktail made, we can do that. And we'll come up with a new theme next time. It'll be wonderful. Thanks for joining us on Cocktails and Bullshit. You got anything to say?
I have. Can we start a poll to see? Do you think Alex will get killed by the?
Just a show of hands.
Yeah, in the chat, folks.
Let's do it. Who thinks Alex is going to die? Because
please don't kill me. Oh, that's good.
I want to kill him so much.
Killing in the name
I
of.
want to kill him with my bowler hat.
Please
He'll
don't.
die, Captain Sora says.
Okay, so that's one for death. It's not looking good for you.
I'll accept. I know how improvisation works. Are we gonna?
Every single ant in this bottle had a bowler hat thrown at it.
Fucking
throw it away. Keeping it. It's a secret.
It's a secret to everyone.
Not a secret.
That's it. I guess you're gonna die.
Well, let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let's.
Why you put me this side?
Because I want to throw it with my right arm because it's my best.
Please don't.
You need to stand a bit further away. A little bit further. A little bit further. I'll stand a
So
bit.
you know that literally I have this amount of space. If
I
you
know.
miss me, it'll be hilarious.